Shall we get into what we're here for?
Cocaine.
Perhaps.
Yes.
Yes, this is the session where y'all go on a big cocaine bender.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be the first thing in the recording, too. That's great.
Title of the episode, right?
The cocaine bender. Let's see how quick we can get this booted from YouTube.
Oh, the most valued gem of them all, the crack rock.
Alright.
Yeah, there we go.
What?
The most valued treasure of the dwarves, the Methan Stone. We just hit 23 subscribers too.
Woo! You know,
They know what we're about.
someday we're going to play Vampire the Masquerade because I would like to run that. And I can't get the idea of my head of Vampire Breaking Bad. Just
Breaking Vlad?
Breaking Vlad, yeah.
Hell
That's
yeah.
the name
Hell
of it.
yeah.
Jesse Drinkman.
But it'd be even better because you would be in real life where the Breaking Bad is a show. Name of your meth lad is Breaking Vlad, and every one of your contacts is like, God, really? Come on, guys.
I was gonna say, are they still
Brand
making
recognition.
meth in this version?
Oh no, you guys are the vampires. What are you making?
Meth.
Yeah, you could totally still sell meth.
I was
Wait,
thinking
do you
we
sell
just
meth, or do you sell meth heads?
Both,
Like,
probably.
You take a hit of their blood.
we do the
At the very
Popeye
least,
strategy
that
where we
is a
start
real
out
thing.
selling drugs, but then we also sell a really sick chicken sandwich.
Well, I mean, plus,
And then people just
rival
start-
gangs are just become a food source at that point, right?
And it is a thing in the Vampire Masquerade lore that if you drink the blood of someone who's high on the drug, you experience some of that drug as well.
Mm.
So Cope is right. If you drink from someone high on meth, you also get some meth.
Would a vampire's teeth fall out?
No, none of
Okay.
the side effects.
Even better.
You're immortal, bitch. Except for all the
All
things
right.
that would kill you.
So we're going to have to stage this in Florida then.
I'm down. I know the
I mean,
place.
For all the-
So
I
just
was
be
gonna say
clear,
Las
you want to
Vegas?
gather all of your vampire friends in the Sunshine State?
Oh, bad idea. Yeah,
They'd never
Didn't think that
expect it.
through.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, we have 6 hours of darkness. Get busy.
I mean,
God
hurricane
damn it,
season
I-
is just hunting season.
hmm
Everybody's, trapped in their houses and just need to help. We're stuck in a storm. Come on in.
See, I was gonna set it in Las Vegas, but if you're adamant,
I'm down with whatever.
Mm.
Just saying, I don't think I've ever seen a
Mm.
vampire series take place in Florida.
all right.
I am the
Well, I
one
was,
who
I was just thinking
loves.
about the meth head density.
I don't know. The closer you get to the equator, but anyway, let's actually do dwarf stuff rather than talking about all the illegal narcotics
Mhm.
on
All the things
recording.
we'll be doing in the future in fantasy,
In fantasy. Yeah.
in Minecraft.
Oh man.
I
hold
love
on.
that meme.
Hold on, let me check something real quick. I guarantee.
I
this
love
is-
that guy who like actually threatened like a mayor or something. And they just like he didn't take any like precautions. He didn't use a VPN. They just found him and arrested him, and took him
Okay.
to whatever.
Don't worry, guys. We're covered. There is a crystal meth mod for Minecraft.
Heck yeah.
Well, I mean, of course.
Yeah, why
course.
wouldn't there be? All right. So, question for this week. What do you hope to accomplish here in Caliburb's Tower?
Oh shit! I forgot we were in the tower.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
I think Nolgrim wants to figure out the story of that adventuring party.
Mm-hmm.
Why did we come looking for him?
we were worried because the drow seemed to be trying to head to his tower when they were.
Yeah,
fleeing.
they're looking to get something from him, and we found him with missing memories. So
Also
See if I
tax
can
evasion.
get closer to figuring out why he's like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hope to make it out.
are you guys getting background noise on my side?
I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay, good. I just see mine as a perpetual blue border, and my laptop vent is trying to take off. So just want to make sure it wasn't catching the audio.
Yeah, mine does that too. I don't know.
Okay.
All right. So that just leaves Taskell and Fergus.
Mostly job will just to either get him out of here or get him to a point where it's safe for him to be here because he's just kind of like been like an issue that we need to deal with sooner or than later, but we kind of been putting it off.
Mm-hmm. All right. Just Taskell then.
That seems to sum it up pretty much. I'm not sure what we'll even find in here. Aside from what we've already found, being mostly introspection.
And a little outrospection of someone else's life.
Nobody watches the outro.
I do.
I always do.
Yeah, well, we're a bunch of losers and nerds, okay?
Yeah.
Some of us are both together.
All right. So last session, bouncing back after all the political turmoil and assassinations, you guys got to work setting up the kingdom again, trying to shift a little bit more towards a future war footing with the Drow. The Golem Foundry's reconstruction was finished. You expanded. You found a potential bullet nesting ground that you might be able to tame for some beasties in combat. But it's not all upsides. There was some problems. The necrotically cursed lava around the Golem Foundry has been giving the workers who helped reconstruct the foundry kind of a magical infection that is spreading very slowly that clerics are currently trying to contain.
Mhm.
Additionally, you
That
got
sounded like a sentence that AI created.
well, excuse me, Ghost in the Machine Co.
No, it was necrotic lava flowing from the temple being rebuilt by the workers is giving them STDs.
Out of curiosity, just because
Yeah.
now that I'm reminded of that, would that be a project the military could be drafted to try to address, or is that more civil
Here-
engineering?
Curing a magical issue?
No, I
or-
mean clearing out the sludge.
I mean, it depends because there's other stuff going on as well. As I'm finishing the recap here,
Okay,
you got
right,
you
sorry.
got word from Clan Highcliffe that the Orcish raiders upon their borders were far more organized than they first appeared, having seeming to amass in larger, more organized raiding forces, being led by orcs that had a red dragon scale embedded in their flesh, giving them supernatural powers. It is not unreasonable to assume that your old foe Maladraxus might have returned, but not alone this time. Putting the rest of your kingdom management on hold for a short bit, Fergus has led you into Caliburb's tower, discovering it as a strange sort of liminal space demi-plane, seemingly constructed out of both Caliburb's and your own memories, doors that lead to flashbacks to your past. And while looking around, you found Caliburb, or at least a simulacrum of Caliburb, who says he seems to have forgotten something that he left within here. Wandering around, you have seen strange sights from Caliburb's past, his old adventures with an adventuring party you're starting to learn about, while also confronting some of your own memories have echoed back to you, specifically in the Inn of the Lost Lamb, where you are all confronted by the manifestation of your greatest insecurities and worries. Fergus, Taskell, and Nulgrim firmly rebuffed their own. Freya had a strange experience with a manifestation of Bendrak, who claimed that he was now inside her mind. And Thrum, however, took what I could only describe as depression damage, as his conversation with his now departed and estranged older brother kind of sort of hit home, and he couldn't really shake it. And where we last left off, you all were exploring a recreation of what appears to be a magic academy Caliber went to, and Fergus had discovered a secret passage behind a bookcase. I
It's
believe
always the last book.
that covers just about everything.
I think so.
God, we went through a lot on this game.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Okay, you guys should see the map there.
Mhm.
All right. So you guys are in this wood and cobblestone hallway of this magic academy. Fergus had just found the secret passageway behind a bookcase, which led to what I have labeled on the map, the Skyberry.
Nice.
But there are other ways down the hall, stairs leading to other places within this manifested memory area for you guys to decide what you wish to do.
I remember. So we're trying to find a memory of the Caliber, right? Or
We're just trying to figure out what's going on here. I
Yeah.
think it's most.
Well, sorry, it's something Caliber lost something that we're looking
Yeah.
for, right? That's it. Okay.
He's saying there's something that he can't remember.
That's right. That's it.
Like,
Okay.
struggling to figure it out.
Right. So in Nolgrim's mind is, we're in a temple or a tower full of memory. So let's try to find it. Do we have a hint as to what the nature of the memory was, or? Okay. All right. Well,
Wasn't there a
Looking for
path
needle.
that we hadn't followed in this wizard house?
Yes, you went up through the stairs and a trapdoor in the ceiling that led you to this academy. That was back in the Lost Lamb. Back in Lost Lamb. There's also stairs that led down into dark water that looked like another way. Here in the academy, I have a wizard house because I just didn't spell academy when I made this, and I keep forgetting to change that. There is a secret passageway that you found that looks like it leads to the Skybrary, but there might be other areas too if you look around.
Well, let's look around in the academy.
All right, hold on. Keep forgetting to do that. There we go. Fixed it. Wizard House was supposed to be a placeholder name, and I just kept forgetting to go back and correct it. It's a one-man show over here at Shea Gombo. Anyway. So, you guys are going to not go through bookcase, but instead go down the hall to a staircase leading down, correct?
I mean, do we want to spend a little bit of time just checking some of these books?
I mean, I think we did. We found
Oh,
the
do we?
we found the secret path that led
Okay.
to the Skybrary that we had already seen before.
Gotcha. Okay, then yeah, let's Take that path.
All right. You wind your way down spiral staircase into another hallway, kind of Hogwarts-esque. It seems to double back with branching off into a couple different lecture halls. You see there's another spiral case at the opposite end of the hallway from where you are. And you can faintly hear the sound of flipping paper from a lecture hall to your left.
Nogren will take a peek inside.
In one corner of the lecture hall, you see there is a stack of various books. One of them propped open. Almost you could imagine someone sitting with their back to the corner, surrounded by the books reading at that point. One of the pages on the book flips as you watch with no apparent source.
Oh,
I'm going to check it out. Watch my back. He would go in and just kind of.
Wait.
What?
I'm just gonna manifest his eyes of the deep.
Yep. There doesn't appear to be anything invisible or hidden in that spot, at least. Outside the normal, slightly wibbly wobbliness of this entire demi-plane seeming to be stitched together from memories. But that's just like a passive thing that your eyes of the deep pick up from.
Never mind. Go ahead.
All right, one moment. As you draw closer, give me a, let's call it a perception check, Nolgrim.
Not my strongest suit. Oh.
Okay. As you draw closer, the page in the book flips again, and then you hear sound with no visuals, kind of like some of the other memories you've observed before. A sound of double doors being thrown open and rapidly slammed shut, of the scrambling of tiny footsteps and the sliding of chairs underneath desks. You hear the crackly voice of an adolescent Caliburb, roughly from the position of where those books were stacked. Wait, what? Who are you? And then another voice, young but kind of familiar, perhaps gnomish, go, shh, be cool, be cool, be cool, be cool. Hold on. You hear footsteps hammering outside. Doors open again. You there, student. Did you see a gnome run by here? Little thief stole something from the kitchen. Albert, no, prefect, just doing my studies. Be vigilant then. Closing of doors. The gnome speaks again. Thanks for having my back there. I got the good shit in the kitchen in this academy. You don't go to school here. Yeah, well, you know, life's hard. You got to steal what you can to get by. But hey, thanks for having my back. Name's Oleander Evergreen. Nice to meet you. Caliburb. And that's where the memory ends there.
Okay.
While Nolgrim's experiencing this, what's the rest of you doing?
Throne's looking around with his true seeing to see anything stands out.
All right.
Secret door wise.
The only thing that really stands out to you is at the opposite end of the hallway, there's a spiral staircase. And this biostasis also leads into dark, still water. Definitely with your true seeing, you can tell. I don't know how this would visually manifest, but you know that passing through that water would probably take you to a different area outside of this Wizard Academy.
Share that with the group.
All the memories we've seen haven't been necessarily related to the academy, though, have they?
No.
Well, do we want to look around here more, or do we want to test our luck in another area?
I say we go through the water. It's the second time we've encountered it.
All right.
All
Take
right.
your breath.
Everyone goes through the water.
Splish, splash.
All right. Here. DM layer. Okay. You all descend through the cold, blackened, almost ink-like water that seems to eat sunlight. You hold your breath, but it swiftly seems to be a futile effort. But you then find you're able to breathe the water just fine, something quasi-real about it. But as you reach the bottom of the staircase and you round around through these hallways, you see a kind of sickly greenish blue light, long stone corridors which you all recognize as the architecture of the aboleths at the bottom of the Sunless Sea.
Oh no.
As you advance down these underwater hallways, the stillness of the water slowly shifting about you in your ears, you can vaguely hear voices coming from a hallway to your left and different voices coming to a hallway from the right. You're at like a T intersection.
Do any of the voices sound not Abolothian?
I feel like with the water distortion, it would be difficult to tell. You can
Yeah.
only tell that there's really words.
It's Fergus wigging out.
Is Fergus wigging out about the aboleths?
Yep.
Probably just grumbling about how he can't wait to fucking drain that fucking water.
All right. Left's always right.
Wait.
Okay, so I get the joke, but are you going to the left coat?
Clearly.
Okay.
Real quick,
Yep.
would the muffled also prevent me from identifying the voices of like Caliburn or Oleander or anybody?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So
All right.
follow the one that's been down here the longest, in theory.
As you guys follow the hallway, it begins gently sloping upwards until eventually you can see that it's going to breach the surface, no longer underwater. And
do it.
as you do so, you emerge out the water again into an area that you all find familiar. As you
I'll
emerge
slam
from
in.
the stock pond of Fasterwald, the gnome town that you visited at the very beginning of your adventure.
So, I mean, I understand our memories aren't here, but I wasn't expecting to see a full. Unless if Calibur's been here, which would. I mean, actually, he's probably has. He's been in the Fungal Jungle, hasn't he?
Well, when we look around Faster Vault, does it look like it did before we made the modifications to help defend it?
You don't see those modifications of like the built-up walls, but as you walk around, you hear one of those memory echoes, like Nilgrim's been hearing up near one of the bridges. But I'm not going to go blow by blow because this is something that you all remember. This is when you guys held the bridge against the oncoming drow attack. You hear you all fighting and holding the ground on the bridge as crossbows go off and arrows fly to hit invisible opponents before Fergus gives the call to fall back, and the bridges collapse as the drow go into the water, though the bridges themselves are broken but still. Anyone who wants to, in fact, probably all of you, if you're looking around, you can give me an investigation.
Man, I remember that fight. I remember that exact moment.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, Nilgrim and Taskell. You notice that there is a little bit of black smoke coming out from behind a door to one of the houses here in town. You don't remember ever going into that one yourself. But Freya, Thrum, and Fergus, you notice on the opposite square from that one, there is a house that actually has its lights on. And really, like, put in your head that this is like a little bit of an eerie scene because this is a place that you're familiar with, but there's absolutely no people whatsoever. It's almost like going into a department store when it's closed at night and you're the only person because you're so used to seeing it busy, but it's just empty.
I'm going to try on the women's clothing.
It's weird that your mind went there first.
Yeah.
And reflexively.
I tried to think of the weirdest thing I could think of.
I thought you were going to go pee in the quarry again.
Oh shit! I'm definitely going to open this light-on door, and then I'm going to pee in the quarry.
I'm gonna go shit in the urinal, so that's where it comes from. That's why you never catch him in the act.
Everyone except for Cope gets raptured. He wakes up in the morning and goes, I'm going to put on all the bras.
Oh god!
Society's not going to hold me back any longer. I mean, if I was the only person on the planet, I would definitely try blowing up a building. I'm not going to. I mean, if you were alone, that would be like a bucket list thing, right?
What, blowing up a building?
Yeah, just blow up a building. Like, what the hell?
I mean, it doesn't have to be a big one.
Yeah.
Are you going to blow up a department store?
Well,
No,
no, you could use the stuff in there.
You would
While
want to do
I'm
something with
while
multiple
I'm inside
stories.
trying
It's
on
more
women's
dramatic.
clothing.
Like, you know, depending on where you work or where you've lived, maybe there's an office building that you have particular disdain for.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Why not have it be gone for the rest of the time since you're alone now?
The
You own
only
it.
thing I'm doing with multiple stories, if I'm the last person on the world, is jumping off of them.
No, you see, you detonate the bottom, so when it starts falling, you just jump. Go out in style.
This isn't like our Matrix argument. There's a whole Twilight Zone episode about this.
Mhm.
This is existentially horrifying, and you're thinking about blowing up the buildings?
Like, it's existentially horrifying, but don't you want to do, like, at least a few things before you punch your ticket? Like...
I know that feeling when I'm home alone. You know, just
Yeah, you're literally the kid from Home Alone, but across the entire world. Eventually, it's going to get sad, and you're going to get depressed. But in the meantime, you're going to have as much fun as you possibly can, and then go out.
Yeah.
I don't know. How long did the guy in the Twilight Zone episode last?
Probably 30 minutes. Weren't they that long?
Are you talking
No, the
about the
thing
guy
is,
that
he was already ready to go out. That just gave him an excuse.
There was a movie I saw once starring Peter Dinklage. It was kind of an art house film, but everyone in his city, and he assumed the rest of the world, but he never left. They all just died for some reason, like they just stopped moving and they all starved except for him. So it was literally just him alone in the town. But he was the universe's most introverted person, so he literally was completely fine. He would just silently get up in the morning, do his garden. He would go through the city and track down every lost library book and return it because he was a librarian. Then he'd steal the laptops from the houses and then he'd just watch movies until the batteries died, and then he'd put it into another laptop.
Nice.
He was he was totally fine until another survivor found him and she asked, "Haven't you been lonely?" To which he said, "No," and then he walked away.
Oh man. That reminds me of the Nick Offerman character in that video game TV show.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's all I'm saying before we get back to the dwarf is it would get existentially terrifying and depressing eventually, but there definitely would be a grace period.
There'd be a honeymoon period there.
Yeah, there'd be a honeymoon period where it's like, well, I'm gonna make the most of it.
I've always been curious about this one building that I always walk by every day. What the fuck is in there?
Wonder how I can make it explode.
Well, no, that's Gombo's thing.
Just go into
I know,
an apartment building and just break into apartments one at a time and try to figure out people's life stories.
See which one was that neighbor?
Yeah.
Just by its vibes alone.
Kick open the door. It's just Nazi stuff everywhere. You're like, whoa, whoa. How did that guy get raptured? Not me.
Then the next door neighbor was like had a bunch of My Little Pony shit, and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with this apartment building? I joke because they're not nearly comparable, but
no, they're not. But it's the contrast.
yeah.
All right, so are we going in that
Yep.
lit up gnomish building or no?
I mean, you seem to be leading the charge, so
See if it's Nazis or unicorns.
only those two options.
There's no in between. Not even.
I mean,
Nazi.
have you seen Society?
There are, however, Nazi unicorns.
Nazi corns.
Traitors.
Slowly shut the door and turn around.
Their horns are just in the shape of swastikas.
How?
Oh man, we got the sillies tonight, folks.
Listen, I did say how tired I was earlier.
Yeah, no, I'm contributing, and I'm not tired. I'm. That's why I said we, not you guys. I'm saying we. I'm including me. Come on. All right. Open the door. Go into the house, normally lit by flickering candles. A stone table, chairs pulled out. Now Gama's gonna have to do a roleplay scene against himself again. I did this to myself because it's the best way, but fuckers choosing all the critical paths that avoid combat.
I said let's leave it.
Mhm.
I said we did a dungeon crawl.
Yep. You hear a voice that you guys don't recognize. Female, judging by surroundings, it's safe to assume gnomish. Say, what do you mean he's just gone, Cal? You hear Calibur's voice, older. I'm saying he's gone and he's not coming back, Yona. I'm sorry. Cal, what happened? You all went off on an adventure like you usually do, but when Ollie came back, he was off, not himself, and now you're just saying he's gone? The expedition to the Dergar city failed. We all lived, but we found something that we shouldn't have, and it changed everyone in some way. What do you mean changed? Like personality, physically? The details are not important, Yana. All you need to know is that Ollie is gone. I do not believe he will be coming back, but that's fine. But if you see Bendrak or Fairana, it is critically important that you need to hide, both for the sake of you and your child. I'm sorry, I wish I could tell more details. Fails. Tails, squales. Fails, hails, jails. Have you seen almonds? I thought I left some almonds around here. You hear a shuffling of chairs. Cal, snap out of it. You're zoning out. Come back to me. What? Oh, sorry, just changes. Listen, Yana, I'm sorry that I have to deliver this news to you. Doing everything I can. I'm working on multiple projects to try to fix this, but I don't know if I'll be able to. You should be safe here. I will be spending some time in the towers out in the jungle. I'll check in whenever I can. Both you and Ollie's child. Sad to say that you're probably the last family I have now. Sitting of a chair. It's a lot to take in, Cal. I know it is. An awkward silence proceeds. Have you thought of any names? Awkward chuckle from the female gnome, Yana. Oh, I'm tossing a few around. Same with when Oleander was here. But if it's a girl, I like the idea of the name Iavana. And that's where the memory ends.
Yes, Iavana Humpalot. If you haven't seen Austin Powers, it's.
Oh no, I've seen it.
But I know exactly what they were referring to.
Yeah.
And do we have indeed? Did this take place around the time of the attack, or is this a separate memory from outside?
This is definitely a separate memory.
Okay.
As that memory succeeds, you hear the creaking of a door on the opposite end of the house, the faint howling of wind through a crack.
So,
Thrum.
is anybody else getting the impression that there's a
The
memory in
faint
here
howling
that could
of
be
wind through a crack.
potentially dangerous to us?
Possibly.
I mean,
Some,
it drove people mad. Bendrak, Caliburb. I mean, who knows what Fairana is going to be like?
You think it's those goddamn fish again?
I mean, there's a reason the brain. Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, there were intellective hours in league with the attack.
Yeah. All I'm saying is, what happened to the enemies who just tried to good old fashioned kill you? At this point, I think I'd prefer the Red Dragon.
Yeah, I hear
At least
you.
he just wants to murder us and torture us. That's the superior to this weird like brain warping shit. At least I know where I stand with murder.
So I'm trying to remember from. Did we learn anything about Bendrak's history and what at what point he might have come up with this or why he?
The only thing you ever got was from the ghost, or from the spirits of the previous monarchs of Dammerhall,
Right.
which essentially boiled down to he was always slipping out of Dammerhall to go on adventures with his friends,
Mhm.
until at one point after he had become king, he came back from adventure and he fully threw himself into weapons development and industrialization, which resulted in the creation of the Black Iron Colossus, which he used to then trap and kill everyone in Dammerhall to convert it to a factory mountain.
Gotcha. So, whatever Bendrak saw, he became hell bent at the destruction of his own people to raise an army to fight against it, and warned that he was doing it for a greater good. And presumably, this same thing, broke Calibur's mind and had some sort of effect on Oleander to just be gone, whatever that means. What was in that Duragar city? Do we know anything about Duragar city? Is it the Duragar city outside of Dammerhall?
I
No,
mean,
that
we
was-
have we,
that-
we
that
have a
was like a
Duragar right
outpost.
here. We could ask, because I kind of point to Ignis, who's been following
Yeah.
us. Like, do you know anything about what the city they're referring to?
There's many Durgar cities that used to exist in the day. And some fabled, some legend, all constructed by the Tyrants, the early kings and queens of Dugar after they separated with your ancestors. The vagueness of a city ain't exactly narrowing it down.
Yeah, because they didn't really, when they were referring in this flashback thing, they didn't really refer to a certain city or
No,
a particular area of the Underdark. So I figured
Yeah,
it was a long shot, but
they just said the city. So
yeah. And you said there was like a crack in the house that's like having a breeze go through it.
like a door, and you're hearing the wind howl through it. And then there was also the smoke from a different door out on the other house, opposite end of the square from where you are.
Mm-hmm. Do we want to go check out the smoke, or do we want to check out this doorway through this house?
Let's see what the smoke's about.
Yeah, it's not 420 anymore, but we're heading to the smoke.
You open up the door, has black smoke billowing out of it, and you are immediately greeted by steps that are leading down into the earth where you definitely know this house did not before. And you hear the metallic echo of machinery, the clanking of metal.
Does it sound like a dwarven foundry?
Hey, no, that's trademarked.
Give me a I would say perception or an investigation. Yeah. Minimum 10. It sounds reminiscent of Bendrak's machines. You have much personal experience with that.
That seems like it'll be a wild ride. I am curious about going this way.
All right, let's go. Memory never hurt anyone.
Yep, I have no strong opinions.
So which way are you heading?
To the smoke. The stairs to the towards the sounds of the foundry.
All right. Okay, one moment here.
If you all to a battle map, you chose poorly.
Listen, all I know is eventually it's a wizard tower. There's going to be a room where we have to pretend to be chess pieces and beat the games in order to progress to the next room.
Wow. I had to bite my tongue when you said it was Hogwartsy. I had to bite my tongue not to say what's Hogwarts.
Fergie Potter.
Like there's anyone in America who doesn't know what Hogwarts is.
Mhm.
It's Figgy Freckles. The community college.
Clortho, the community college. You seen that Key and Peele sketch?
Swine bump?
Yeah.
Wizard public school.
Oh, who is this little fella? Oh no, that's just a rat.
That's just a rat. That's just a real rat.
It's not what do they call their
A
familiars?
silencer on your wand? Really?
Yeah.
I know they're too pretentious to call the familiars familiars. They're I don't know.
They had to be special. Do you not understand?
Is it a Patronus?
No, Patronus is
Or
when
is that
you.
something else?
You know, I'm not
Patronus
gonna
is the
get down
weird
to.
spell that summons your
Spirit
ideal
animal?
thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like it summons your spirit animal that helps defend you
Mm.
from evil, but it's very abstract and not clear on what the rules are about it.
Mm-hmm.
But it comes from love, apparently.
I don't know.
Listen, I like Harry Potter as much as the next guy, but the plot holes are so bad in that you have to just
Yeah.
to enjoy it.
I just enjoy rubbing my wife's face in the fact that it's D&D. She loves it.
True. You guys descend down the stone steps, eventually turning to metal, hammered, unpolished iron, all extremely familiar to you. The rumble of the machines, the cranking of conveyor belts as you enter out into the factory floor of Vendrak's great factory. You guys remember this because up above you, you crossed over the catwalks directly to the control room and you did battle with Vendrak. You are now currently on the factory floor where the various zombies were partially fused to the metal grating, assembling the Black Iron Army. You see a few armored forms of undead dwarves stalking about the catwalks as all manner of Black Iron war machines are being assembled below you.
Wasn't there like a administration building like at the very top where we
Yes, that you see that above you.
fought? Okay. Feel like we should make our way up there if we can.
I mean, don't hear any objections.
Let's do a group stealth check because there are active golems and zombies in this memory. All right, definitely a success for Fergus. Just need one for Freya. Also, yeah, doesn't Taskel's heavy armor give him disadvantage as well?
Oh yeah, he does have a heavy armor, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Probably, unless he's got some sort of.
If it's mithril heavy armor, I don't think it imposes disadvantage, but I don't
Yeah.
think he has mithril.
Yeah,
or
I
not.
don't think we ever established if he had a thrill armor or not. So let me see here. Highest passive.
Oh, he rolled it again. It was much worse.
But 3 of the 5 of you succeeded. Therefore, you are enough to spend a good 30, 40 minutes doubling back, avoiding patrols of blade-handed black iron golems and weapon-toting zombie dwarves as you reach the switchback staircases that would take you up to the administration office up above and the testing chamber where you did battle with Vendrak. How's everyone feeling in this weird moment of deja vu of going back down this catwalk towards the area, which was probably the biggest fight of your lives up until this point?
Yeah.
Well, I died in that room twice, I think.
You went down
where-
twice. I don't know if you
I
full
went down
died.
twice. Went down twice. Got my star.
Ignis full died.
Yeah. Nogren would probably be.
Wait, didn't
Ooh.
Nolgrim fully die here too?
He was
no
already
good
dead. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you were already dead. Didn't I die then, or was this that?
You got your arm torn off.
Okay. I mean, kind of, yeah. I think I still think I died though.
You were unconscious. I remember that. I don't think you full died.
I think we used breath or
You did revivify on
Oh
me,
yeah,
actually.
revivify. That's right. Yeah,
So I was dead for a couple seconds that time.
defibrillator level, not
Yeah.
Nolgrim as a ghost level.
Yeah.
And then I saved the day
Yep.
by myself.
Nogren would probably find it a little bit of a weird experience doing it in a corporeal body. Like he's
Mhm.
been here, but the previous time feels like a dream.
hmm
This walk is a lot longer when you have to use real legs. Yeah, so I'm starting to think that it's the helmet.
Yeah, because this is also the place where Freya first put on the crown.
Man, starting to think it's that black iron golem leading helmet that we got. Maybe that's the thing they found down in the Dorger city.
No, it was a modified version of a previous dwarven artifact. Whoever got him down there, he created this afterwards.
You swing open the double metal doors. You see the office. Though the zombies are gone, you remember keenly how all the undead dwarves with abacuses, I don't know, counting things in reams of paper were making a fine calculus of the war effort to use the Black Iron Army to invade the world. And you see just how you remember it. The map of the continent, the arrows of how the army would spread, the projections of how quickly cities would fall. The fine math of world domination. It was a countdown to midnight moment when you first got through here, but it is revisiting the memory to remember just how close Vendrak was when you stopped him. Probably like another 10 or 20 years he was going to start doing phase 1 of mobilization. He would have been, if you hadn't stopped him, he would have been almost there by now. And at the opposite end are the double doors leading to the room in which you fought him. Do you go in?
Anybody want to pick in first?
I was gonna say at this point, why not? Because we're already here.
Mm-hmm. You open up those double doors. You see the vast vaulted room with a clockwork mechanical throne at the other end overlooking the factory where Vendrak was seated when you came in. Strewn about the rooms, you see the wreckage of the experimental black iron battle armor that Vendrak wore in the first phase of his fight. You see the smashed stone ruins of Freya's golden earthen battlesuit. In the far corner, you see a blood splatter upon the wall, the faint imprint of where Fergus's forearm was torn off. You see all the blast marks and the signs of your climactic battle against Vendrak, the metal warped by the heat of his attacks. And as an echoey voice rings out, you hear the words once again in Freya's voice. Caliburb, Caliburb, Caliburb. The sound of whooshing magic in air. The appearance of a wizard and Bendrak's voice calling out again. No, it's impossible. You're dead. We left you down there. We left you to die. Magic ensues, casting words. You remember this moment. Bendrak being lifted in the air, encased in a ball of adamantine, and rise when it would happen in real life. A great circular wrench in the floor is opened. Back through the floor of the factory, and down into the earth. And as you look down the hole that you remember all too well, Bendrak being imprisoned deep in the bowels of the earth, you look into that hole and you see a twisting kaleidoscope of stairs and corridors. Kind of like a MC Escherist liminal space.
Well, are we going down the hole?
Fergus just groans when he sees the
Yeah.
stairs and be like, I'm so tired of walking.
Hey, at least it's downstairs, I think, for most of it.
I don't know, that one looks like it curves upward from the left. I don't. And he just like, whatever, and just starts walking down it.
Jumping down the hole. Okay.
Oh, is I get a jump down? I thought it was like a stairway you can walk down.
Well, it's the hole that he went through, and then
Okay.
you just see a kaleidoscope of hallways. and
Okay, yeah, no,
stairways.
then I'm not jumping down there. Sorry.
All
I
right.
thought it was like a stairway to walk down.
Do we want? I could cast fly, and we could. A few of us could go down.
I mean, we
Anybody
can.
interested?
Yeah, I can fly, so.
Splitting up is a terrible idea.
Well, I could cast it on. Let's see, 3 people.
Ignis gives you some side eye throw and says, "Can't you teleport?"
Just
I
teleport into a kaleidoscope room in there, or what are you referring to?
Well, he was. Thuram was talking about bad splitting up by flying down there. And
Oh.
she was pointing out, they're like, "Can he
Oh,
just
gotcha,
teleport
gotcha.
down there?
I
Like,
got you. That's
he
right.
doesn't have to split up."
Right.
And we already established someone can cling to the back of Freya's armor without any issue.
Mm.
Right down.
If we can figure out a way not to split up, let's go.
Okay. So
I don't know,
I'll
you-
cast. I'll cast fly on myself.
I would say Thrum, because he's big. He can go big, and we can
Well,
latch onto him if we
Thrum
fall.
could teleport, right?
He
Oh,
can't.
yeah.
He can't teleport people with him. But
Right.
Correct.
But so if I cast fly on myself,
Well, the reason I ask is
Fergus
because if
Pascal,
Thrum goes large, is his fly speed reduced to 5 feet as well, or is it just his movement, like walking speed?
I feel like his fly speed would be reduced too.
yeah, I
Okay.
think it's just specifically speed as a fly.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Yeah. So I would do on the 3 that don't have a ready means of flying, because I know Freya is able to. So Nolgrim, Fergus, and Taskel now have fly on them.
I think Ignis can cast fly on multiple people too, can't
Oh,
she? Does she have fly? No, she does not. Okay, never mind. I was speaking out my butt.
All right.
And that could allow Ignis to climb on, or yeah, get a ride
Climb on
from
Freya.
Freya's armor. Yeah.
Good. Doesn't he have a sidecar now?
No, we never convinced Freya to put in the howitzer attachment.
Weak sauce for you.
All right. Down into the maze you go. it doesn't take a genius to figure out that this place that you descend into, as the corridors and stairs seem to almost wrap around you as you descend and defying all concept of physics, doesn't take a genius to figure out that this is probably not based upon a memory. This is some sort of labyrinthine extension of consciousness or subconsciousness, more accurately. You all begin to wander these hallways, twisting and impossible though they may be. I need everyone to give me an intelligence check.
Thrum.
That came out just the way I thought it would. Fergus is an idiot, and Thrum knows what's going on.
I don't think Flash Genius will help me, so use that for like yourself, I think, or Nolgrim.
God damn it. I'll give a Flash of Genius to Nolgrim.
All right.
So I'm the only one to get less than a 10. I'm not sure if it matters for that, but
You are all still very lost and very turned around within this space.
I said Nolgrim can roll again.
Oh,
that's
no,
what I
go
took my Flash Genius.
Oh, I gotcha. Not my strongest.
wait, I thought Flash of Genius just adds 5.
Oh wait, does it just add? Yeah, it just adds my intelligence. So sorry,
Yeah.
I always get it mixed up with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be that 12 plus.
I mean,
5
do you want
for
to give it to
me,
me,
and
or
then
do you want to give it
I'll
to
give
Thrum?
it to. I can do it to both. So
Okay.
Okay.
Because I feel like Thrum's perhaps guiding us a bit here.
Mm.
Let me take you through a dream spiritual journey.
yeah, I'll give Flash of Genius to Thrum for a plus 5.
Thrum puts on a top hat and gets on the Willy Wonka boat and takes you down the scary tunnel.
You know, the scariest part about that
That's
tunnel is that Thrum would be driving.
And you'll see a world of pure imagination.
Imagination.
We all just remember the scary tunnel because it seemed to have come out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh, it
It
came and left
terrified
so
me.
fast.
Yeah.
I warned my child. I was like, right, look, this part's going to be real creepy if you need to look away. And then she goes, oh, that's just showing insects and lizards and things eating other things. This is fine, Dad. And I was like, God, I was a wimp.
So they got the chicken getting its head cut off in that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause I know the original one had the chicken getting their head just chopped off.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. We watched the original.
Yeah,
You got to go OG first.
Oh, most definitely. I remember when I was like real young, like 4 years old, thinking that was incredibly freaky. But then me as an adult, I'm like, classic. If I was giving a chocolate factory tour, that's 100% what I would do. Just really quick trauma and never address it again.
Right.
And then
Because
everyone gets out
who's
of the
gonna
boat
believe
and he's
you,
like,
right?
what was that? I'm like, what was what? That scary tunnel. It's a chocolate factory. Why would there be a scary tunnel?
Here, have
They
my
don't need to
candy.
believe him. There are 4 or 5 dead kids in this chocolate factory. It's going to be an investigation. All Willy Wonka did was hoisted that off onto Charlie and his dying fucking grandpa. If charlatan grandpa that can suddenly walk as soon as he gets
Charlatan.
something out of it.
Right.
Son of a bitch. Because I've got a golden ticket.
Yeah, I enjoyed they made an SNL sketch about that where he jumped up into the golden ticket song. The person playing drive. Oh, wait, you could walk? I thought you were like incapable of walking. I'm like 8 and I've been trying to hold down a job to support this family. You just haven't felt like it.
I've got to look that up because that's one of our favorite things to make fun of.
All right.
All right.
So it's +5
Back
to Thrum, you
to
said?
yep. Thrum pulls out his bongos. Here we go. on the spiritual journey. Follow
Okay.
the sound.
Check something real quick. Check it out. Killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. All right. So, with Freya's assistance, Thrum is able to use his Eyes of the Deep to gain some sort of insight to how this maze is formatted. It is a strange experience for the rest of you, as at some point Thrum just kind of starts giving directions on instinct. You go up like a switchback staircase, and then he immediately comes to a stop, and he's like, "All right, now turn around and go back down." You all go back down, and it's now a different area below. But he somehow has just managed to crack the code.
Middle
wait.
finger.
You're telling me this is how Thrum's brain works. This is why he can figure this out. This is his thought. This is his thought process.
Suddenly, it makes sense why he did the road system the way he did.
Flashback to him in the boardroom. I want a roundabout in the roundabout.
Thrum, I hate to break it to you, but I think you might be autistic. Or I'm sorry, acoustic.
I've never been very good at painting, but I appreciate it.
Damn it, Cope! You
It's
stole the
called
joke
an
right
around
out
and
of my
around and
mouth.
a roundabout.
You're round and a roundabout. It's 3 intersecting circles across 3 dimensions.
All right, everyone, you're going to have to leave your feet and transfer to the ceiling. You need to go down the roof that's above us.
Wait, how do I leave my feet? Oh God, where's my feet?
See, in this one there's a gate, and it doesn't open up until for every 3rd car.
Now, that tunnel is not getting smaller. We're getting bigger.
Listen, it's extremely simple, folks. Just open to page 143 of your Dammerhall navigation instruction manual.
Everyone has their manuals, yes.
Okay, I will admit the next 84 pages are a bit dry, but we'll power through.
Well, you don't need as many regulations when you have to be 123 to drive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But after a bit of wandering, and as you go through these places being led by Thrum, you occasionally hear the sound of like metal footsteps in the maze, but you never quite see what it is. The hissing of steam or the clanking of gears. But after a little bit, Thrum leads you to a set of double mahogany doors set into the wall.
I knock 3 times and turn around.
And when you open them up, you see passage back to the Skyberry.
Damn it, wrong door.
I'd rather navigate the Skyberry than try our luck back in that maze.
Lucky we got out.
Oh yeah, I forgot to reveal that because you guys did find a doorway there, didn't you? All right, into the Skyberry. Don't speak at once.
I guess.
I was muted.
Skybrary it is.
Yes. Could you take a quick bio real quick?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Listen, I'm not trying to give you guys a uneventful guided tour here. You guys just keep rolling well and avoiding fights. Not my fault you guys built good characters.
It's a good thing. We're gonna get bonus points for completing this on stealth.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next game, we're doing it pacifist. No matter what they throw at us, we're not killing them, Batman style.
I do like the idea of eventually doing a character that exclusively does non-lethal damage. Because, like, especially in Pathfinder, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're a bad character that can't help. And obviously, you know, against undead and constructs, you just switch to lethal, because I don't think that counts.
I'm back.
Hey.
Howdy.
Was Richard the only one that left, or is other people taking a bio too?
I think so, probably.
Yep.
I think I'm
knowing
so
him, you
tired.
can probably hear us talking about it, you freak.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm
I
just
love
really.
you, Michael.
Anyway,
As I say that, do you know what I'm holding?
Oh, you fucking dirty piece of toilet paper you just grabbed out of your ass, you freak. Were you gonna tell us what you were holding, or was I spot on?
That was the other side.
I just don't know if everyone's back or not, so I'll just keep on waiting.
by the way, Gumbo, does your Costco do the thing where they'll just like try to operate on the minimal amount of employees that they can?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to deal with that where at work today. Like, I was like, okay, they reduced the size of the truck that I have to receive, but then like the little crew I had, 3 of them called out, so I had less than half of what I was supposed to have.
Mm.
And they're like, okay, we just don't have anyone to call in. And I'm like, motherfucker.
Or I guess the better response would be they try to operate on the minimal number of employees except on the front end where the registers are, in which case they try to gobble up every single employee from every department as possible, to the point where they have so many employees that they start trying to find like tasks, like just take up room and walk around with it. And all the other departments are like, we have no one to help. They're like, it's critically important. We have 50 people on registers. Because I'm a supervisor and I'm looking at it and I'm deeply insecure.
Also, if they
You
don't
know
have
what
people up there, that means the supervisor's gonna have to help.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You know what kind of makes me mad? And maybe it's a character flaw that it makes me mad. When I walk into a Walmart and there's a greeter up there that's not old or mentally disabled.
Like they're like just like a 20-year-old that's doing door grading.
Yeah, I'm like, why aren't you helping?
Well, at least
These
sometimes,
people-
at least with the ones I've gone to, most of the time when they're younger up there, they're usually just covering someone's break.
Probably.
The one
But
I
I'm
go
just-
to doesn't
the whole
even have
greeter thing in general, I'm just like, it's not a real job. Come on. I come
Honestly,
here,
they just do it
tell me
for
to read
insurance
the
purposes
risks.
because they're supposed to check your receipts now
Mhm.
as a way to
yeah,
deter
but
theft. But
I
nobody
actively
actually
do not let them check my receipts, okay?
Yeah.
Because motherfucker, if I'm good enough to do the job, then I'm good enough to do it right, bitch.
Yeah.
You're
But they
trusting
try
me
to
to
do
do
that
it.
because if they say that they try to do it, then the insurance will cover them better than if they say they didn't do anything.
Mhm.
If they try to stop me, I tell them no and then leave.
Yep.
I don't steal shit, but fuck you.
I just hold it out, and if they can see it while I'm walking by, good. If not, I don't care. I'm not gonna stop.
I think it's absurd to get rid of your entire workforce that scans the groceries, and then tell the people that you're telling them to scan their own groceries now. Well, okay, well, congratulations. They're good. You've decided they're good enough to do it right.
Yeah, my area's gotten to the point where there's so much theft in it that they're just removing the self checkouts now and going back to cashiers. They had
Fucking
like
good. If you don't want to get stolen from, get rid of the self checkout.
Yeah, they're just getting rid of like all but like 4 self checkouts, and those are only open from like 11 until like 4 in the afternoon, and then everything else is closed except for the cashiers, and they try to have minimum of them too.
Self checkout has a flaw, and guess what? It's the exact flaw that you think it is. It's not like a big surprise that this happened. This is like QA meeting number 1. They would have had to have talked about this. People
Yeah, one of
stealing.
the first times I used self-checkout, I put the drinks under the buggy, right? Like on the bottom of the buggy in the grocery store, and my whole cart was full because I go once a week. But as you're self-checking out, there's nowhere for your groceries to go, so you got to keep putting the bags back in your grocery cart, right?
Yeah.
So when I get to the end and I've bagged everything and my grocery cart is full of bags, I'm like, okay, time to pay. I can't see the cans that are at the bottom of my cart. I walked out of there with probably like $30 worth of cans that I didn't pay for. And it wasn't
Good.
until
They
I got
saved a lot more than $30 and not hiring someone to check.
I was
I
just, well,
guess
yeah,
so.
but it adds up for every person who does that, because the amount of times I've walked out without paying for like 2 gallons of milk and like a 6-pack of Coke just because I'm trying to scan everything else and I just don't notice I didn't scan those.
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Walmart is, even if you do that, Walmart has decided you're good enough to do the job of the cashier. So, fuck you.
Yeah, no, I'm not defending them. Fuck them. If they don't want to pay people to do the job and they want to just pass the job on to us, and they're certainly not letting us save money by doing that, fuck it.
God no, groceries gotten way more expensive.
The one thing
I was
I'll
like-
say on this, and then
Yeah.
we'll get back to Dammerhall, is I was the person that manned the self checkout at Costco one time, and I hated that job because of the people, because they literally pushed this heaping cart of stuff up, and they turned to me saying, "Can you scan it for me?"
Oh my God.
Yeah, because the self-checkout people at Costco have this little hand scanner. Explicitly, it's how if an old lady comes up with like a big case of water bottle on the bottom, they don't have to take it out, which that's logical because you don't want to put that on the scanner anyway. But people just want you to just scan it for them anyway. Like, no, get in a fucking line with a cashier that'll do that then. You absolute baby. I didn't realize that 90% of the
they didn't
people,
want the self part of the self checkout.
Yeah, I didn't realize that 90% of the people are fucking house cats that'll starve to death if you don't feed them.
Well, I mean, I knew that when I worked at Walmart, and people who would always go to the quick lines, they were supposed to be like 20 items or less with entire carts full, and then get mad when you're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you have more than 20 items. You have to go to the next line over that has a line."
Mm-hmm.
And then get a frustrated call manager, and luckily I had a manager at the time that when I called them over, and they're like, "No, you have to go to the other line. This is literally for," because I was always on the cigarette aisle when they had like the whole cigarette section and like the expensive alcohols. So I would ring stuff up there, and they're supposed to move fast because at the time people needed their smokes.
Yeah, man.
I'm pretty sure I heard a couple old ladies with that raspy old lady smoker voice. "I need my smokes."
Mm-hmm.
They were nice ladies, though.
Seriously,
They just
they
needed their
need the
smokes.
Yeah. You're not you when you're hungry. Grab a Snickers.
Now I'm just imagining them popping them in their mouths like fucking candy. I need my smokes. Go.
You guys remember candied cigarettes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're still around, I found out.
Yeah, you
I
go to
thought
certain
they
you
had
go to
gotten
candy
rid of
stores, they'll sell them.
Our store sells them.
I had
Oh
always
my
thought that those had gone away, like there was a law or something. But no, I went to a candy store and I fucking...
It's just
they
considered a
sell
social
candy
faux pas to
cigarettes.
sell them in most places.
Mm-hmm.
But a candy store is usually selling like
They did
themed
outlaw
things.
they did outlaw candy vending machines selling them at schools. I remember that being a thing.
Oh yeah,
Ah.
but that makes sense. Why would you put a candy cigarette in a school vending machine?
I remember the age when you had cigarette vending machines.
Mm,
Yep.
Those were just going out when I was.
They used to be in every Waffle House when I was like hell.
Is
in high
that like
school.
a law thing, or did just not enough people smoke anymore?
Well, you
to
can't
It
legally
became a
smoke
law.
indoors in most states. So
Well, it became
Yeah,
a law
I-
because they couldn't check your ID.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you check the ID. That's right.
Because that's where we would buy them in high school, was at the Waffle House.
God, I've never even been in a Waffle House, but everything I've heard has told me that I'm probably the better for it.
No,
yeah,
Waffle
you're a better
Houses are
person for it, but you don't get
fantastic.
the great food that is Waffle House.
It is fantastic.
I've never been, but I've heard so many good things.
We
Which, by the
still
way,
go.
I don't share it with any people because I don't talk to many people. I found this place last time I went to the weed store.
Mhm.
I was getting the clones to grow this year, and I'm like, oh, this is a southern like brunch place. I went in there and I ordered the shrimp and grits.
Mm-hmm.
It was the best fucking thing I've ever eaten. I've had it before, but their quality of it was like jambalaya on top of cheddar grits with
Mhm.
shrimp and shit in there, and it was amazing.
That's
Dude,
my
you would gain so much weight in the South.
Oh no, I agree. I like a lot of Southern cooking. I know how to cook a lot of Southern cooking, so I know why.
that's like my favorite thing is that when you see a restaurant and you just say fuck it and you try it and it's great. I remember when I was in college, there's this place that obviously used to be like a Jack in the Box building, but then they just bought it when the business went out and they put a different restaurant in there. And it was called Teriyaki. It was literally just called Teriyaki. I didn't even know what kind of food it was. But I said, you know what? Hell with it.
Teriyaki something.
I'm going in there. So it turned out it was Korean food. And it was also deeply amazing.
I had a
Yeah, I
similar
love those hole in the
situation
wall mom and pop shops.
Yeah.
at the like down the street from where we lived. One time there was a place where we pulled up and didn't know back then. Like it was hard to figure out locations, no GPS. When we pulled up thinking, all right, God, we just moved in. We just spent all that time moving all that stuff in. We got to find somewhere to eat. Well, let's drive down this street. I saw a McDonald's down this direct. Wait a minute. That place is called Walk In. Oh, we're trying this.
Oh yeah.
It was
And then there's the
Nice.
opposite, where you go to a restaurant, and you're like, wait, is this a front for crime? Because this food is
We
awesome.
also had that. Yeah.
I've
There
been
was
to
a hot dog place that only sold hot dogs, but it was only open on Tuesday and Thursday from 2:00 to 3:30.
Oh my god.
It
Wow.
was
That's
Crime is
like-
happening there.
a fucking grind shop. It was a
Alright.
front 100%.
No. That's someone who's, well, I mean, I guess this could be their other job, but that sounds to me like someone who's got just another job that they're doing, and this is their hobby. The other job could be drug dealing, but
Yes, their other job was
To me-
absolutely drug dealing.
to me, if you're drug dealing, you're gonna have your place open 24/7 because you want to be more believable that you're getting that much income, right?
This was a big ass building. It was this big ass standalone building, and I want to say it was called Happy Dog in Greenville, South Carolina. And it seriously had the weirdest hours, and we only ate there once. Living there for 4 years, just down the street from Walk In, which was fantastic, was Happy Dog. And one of us, one time, caught them when they were open and went and got a hot dog, and he was like, "It was fucking terrible."
They just got like
Not a lot of practice.
Shit, somebody actually
Let's see what
bought
that
one.
place was called.
All these packets are expired, so
Go to Costco,
fuck
go to
it.
Costco quick.
Wait, how did you figure out when we were open?
Fuck! Someone roll up this baloney.
Probably saw walk out like fuck. Okay, fuck no.
Yeah. How you know if your restaurant's a crime front? When the cashier asks you, "Are you a cop?" Because you legally have to tell me if you're a cop.
How did you figure out when we were open? And you really want our food?
Yeah, I don't know. My knowledge of money laundering goes as far as what you could acquire watching Breaking Bad, but this seems to me like you would want to have a store that's open during regular hours, so that they don't look into you.
That's why things like
It's like,
laundry.
man, you made.
Best.
Yeah, it's open 24 hours, and you don't really need anyone to be in there to monitor it.
Yeah, and it's all cash, so there's not really a digital paper trail. Anyway, so now that we've continued another discussion of how we know how to do crimes on recording.
Right.
Do not crime.
Yeah.
Kids, don't do drugs.
Dare.
Unless you want to be cool. Unless you want to be really cool.
This is why I do want to do a Vampire the Masquerade thing with you guys.
Holy shit.
I've listened to some guys do Vampire the Masquerade, and it's always about like looking pretty and interpersonal politics. I just really want to get weirdly specific about how we do illegal stuff.
Yeah. I'd be down for that.
All right. Yep.
Sorry, I just texted my buddies. They said it was named Wally Dog. I just Googled Wally Dog, Greenville, South Carolina. The first thing that came up was Greenville Online. Q&A, is Wally Dog ever open? And then my buddy Jonathan immediately texted back after somebody said Wally Dog. He said, I got a hot dog there once, and they looked at me like I was a cop. Dog was terrible.
Yep.
Comfort.
That's crimes.
That's so good, though. Oh, that's so funny.
But seriously though, that place called Teriyaki was really good. It was like $10, and they gave me like a full ass plate of homemade food. Great.
Nice.
Love it.
But dwarves.
Yep. So you guys exit through these double mahogany doors, and you are on the floor of this monolithically colossal library. Books higher than buildings, shelves upon shelves going up, clouds moving between the shelves. As you can see, a faint glimmer of a sunlight above. You see flocks of something flying in V's through the clouds. Looking around here on the ground floor, though it is several football fields across, three things do jump out at you. There are two very large open books. One of them appears to have a single wooden door that's like an actual door in the pages. And another one has a similar thing, but it looks like it is opened from the inside and already has like a black space going in. However, the third thing that you notice is in the exact center of this space is moored one of Freya's Glimmer Wheel airships, balloon fully inflated, tied to the ground.
Do we still have the fly spell up? I think it's like an hour.
Oh, that's
Right.
definitely gone by now. It took you quite a while to get out of the Astray Maze.
Okay.
Time is subjective in this place.
Yeah, that's what I was just wanting to confirm.
We're gonna get out. It's gonna be like 10 years.
Right.
In the past.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh God, we have to kill
Damn.
Vendrak again.
Dammerhall has moved on. We elected what was the Trump guy name? Trump Iron Lump.
Oh yeah,
Trump
from Iron Lump.
He's our new king.
Oh,
Let me tell you,
God.
it's on the up and up.
Built the
Says
best
it looks
walls.
It looks like the fucking Pride lands from Lion King after Scar takes over.
There's a wall around the whole mountain.
It's beautiful. Look at that. Everything the light doesn't touch is my kingdom. That's what I say. I came up with that.
Just don't look in there where the Freelings are. Don't worry about that.
Mm-hmm. We did
Yeah, we
manage
got
to
a
get
couple
the
names.
drow to
for
pay
Freelings.
for the wall.
They don't like it when we say them. Okay.
We did get the drow to pay for the wall. They did it
the
with
drow-
slaves. Gotta say,
Drow were not
kinda like
sending
it.
their best to the Freeling camp.
That was good.
All right, so airship, 2 other doors. What's the vibe?
How far away is the airship? Could
Do we
I work a route where I could teleport there, like teleporting
You're
from
in,
shelves
like,
to
a
shelves?
Big flat area on the ground right now. So imagine like a square space that's like 3 football fields in length. 3 football fields by 3 football fields. So the airship is in the exact center of it, and then the other 2 doors are just kind of like at the edges. So it's all just walking, essentially. You can get there in just a couple minutes.
Why don't we take an airship up and see what that is flying up there? Maybe it's Calibur's lost thoughts.
Yeah, but what? Can anybody make out what that is? Or what those are?
I think my true seeing's probably gone by now.
It's more of a distance thing than
Yeah.
a not being able to notice it thing.
Yeah.
I was kind of
I
happy
can
with the
look
picture that I
through.
found.
We have our. We're talking about the things in the air, the birds
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
I know me and Fergus have telescopes. We can see if those work.
Yeah.
Sure. You look up, and near as you can tell, at least the ones closest to you, they appear to be flying V's of smaller books that are open and flapping like birds.
Guess they're not clocks.
They're books.
Yeah.
Kind of do a flapping motion with my hands.
Do you see anything of interest up there, or does it just keep going up? Even through the.
The clouds seem to be obscuring the top, so it's difficult to tell even through the scopes.
Gotcha. Well, I'm down for hopping the balloon.
Hey,
Sure, fuck it.
Do you say it was a full size one?
kind of on a ride anyway.
Fuck it.
Fuck it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take us for a ride.
Take it to the fuck it bucket.
Yeah. But
Let's
what?
chuck it.
Mr. Bucket.
Tis a sticky place.
Come inside me.
Put your balls in my mouth.
Oh man, that was another. Because you know the services about like checking for colon cancer, so they send you a box to shit in, and then you mail them your shit.
Whoa, your doctor is not supposed to ask you to.
Well, the Saturday Night Live made another parody commercial of that where the box was talking because in a commercial it talked one time. It's like, I'm going to help you check for cancer. And on a personal note, I'm going to love what you're going to do to me. Like, I'm sorry, what?
Jesus Christ.
I'm kind of uncomfortable with this now.
Buckets of fun.
All right. Let's read a book and fly high into the sky. Take a look.
Reading Rainbow.
The reading.
I can take you higher.
So
Ba-da-na-na-na-na.
everyone breaks down to different reading-related songs as the airship flips off the ground.
We're in a day
What?
today. I'm
Why
sorry.
are we all
Yep.
singing?
Noelgrim's looking like, have any of them ever been in the library? I mean,
Not one library RP joke. God. Thankfully, this is literally just like the design that Freya made, so she knows exactly where everything is. Absolutely
Yeah.
no issue to get off the ground.
Just
Was
keep
this
your eyes open.
skyship in here the first time we came through?
You didn't see it before, but you only stuck your head through the door. You didn't walk out into the room. It's a perspective thing.
Just keep your eyes
Hmm.
open for a reading rainbow.
This makes it significantly more likely that that wasn't actually Bendrak I was talking to. There's enough information about me to know how to replicate one of these in here, then know all about our relationship with Bendrak.
I don't think we can trust anything we see in here. Doesn't make it any less sad, though.
Not even you. You could be Caliburb. I could be Caliburb.
Wait, what?
Even Caliburb over there could be Caliburb.
And
You
then
go
I
there, he
take
just
off
waves.
I take off my Scooby-Doo mask to reveal Caliburb at the wheel while you guys are all in the air.
Wouldn't be surprised.
But that's not truly Caliburb. Take that mask off to reveal Ivy.
But then I take that mask off to reveal Thrum.
Oh,
God!
God! Thrum jumps out of the ship.
Who keeps making all of these masks?
Take off that mask, it's actually just Freya. Jesus Christ.
I've been trying to drive him to suicide for years.
Looks at Fergus. You owe me 100 gold pieces.
As you are rising up, the ground begins becoming dizzyingly distant. As Freya does the lazy circle around over and over to continue climbing into this grand high space. Eventually, you get up high enough into the clouds where these flocks of books begin flying by you, some of them as large as 15 feet across. Pages flapping in the breeze. A surreal, if though kind of majestic, moment aboard this airship. Everyone give me a perception check.
Perception.
I'm trying to remember jokes from I think it was King's Quest V.
Mhm.
All I can remember is there was one critter you find on this library island called Dangling Participle. Some sort of iguana.
Trying to remember what the point and click adventure was, but it happened in South America, and at one point the path was blocked by a gorilla and no item could stop it until you had to go up to the gorilla and say in dialogue option, hold on, why are you here? Gorillas are not native to this continent. You shouldn't actually be in this biome. To which the gorilla
Monkey
says,
Island.
oh, drat, yeah, that's the one. Oh, drat, you're right. And he just spontaneously vanished.
Not enough games just put a gorilla in your way.
Okay, Thrum, Fergus, Freya. As you're ascending, some clouds come around you. You see a large, dark shape in the clouds. Shape of a ball. Moving. It's drawing closer to you. Growing larger as it gets in close. And Thrum, since you had the highest perception, you can just faintly hear words on the breeze. Gonna get him, 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 gonna get him.
Never gonna get him, never gonna get him, never gonna get him.
What's going on?
There's something trying to get us. Does it look like that creature that was in the sky while we're in the underwater area?
No. As you look, the ball-shaped body becomes a little bit clearer as it's pulling through the clouds. It's not a perfect ball because out of it seems to be kind of like tentacles out the side that end in small round bits. And as it pierces through the cloud, you see that they are actually eyeballs on the end of tentacles. And in the center of the ball is one large malefic eye with sharp teeth jaws underneath it, who
Beholder.
screams, "We meet again, heroes! This time it shall be your doom!" Now move you to the combat map.
When did we run into a beholder?
Holy.
Was this? Where was the beholder?
Did we fight a
think those
beholder?
tunnels-
You've never fought a
No,
beholder before.
I was gonna say I think this is the
okay.
first time I've ever fought a beholder.
Behold the beholder.
Beholder.
For he will behold you.
We are beholden to the beholder.
Are these books like platforms
Yes, they are.
and it's just a straight drop beneath?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Does this ship have any weapons, Freya?
It's got the ballista at the front.
Mhm.
It's not really so much a fighting ship.
All right. Fergus, you're up first. Richard?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I didn't know I was muted.
Hmm.
Sometimes you guys respond to me when I'm muted, and sometimes you don't. So I'm not sure if like my headset just doesn't know when I'm muted sometimes, even when I turn it off. But anyway, I'm gonna pull out my bow and shoot at this guy.
Yeah. Do it.
I'm going to bonus action Hunter's Market.
Mhm.
And I am going to do Sharpshooter.
Done with those numbers.
Yep. Let me turn off. Actually, I'm not going to bonus action Hunter's Mark. I'm going to bonus action Insight. They need to roll a Deception or Charisma check to see if I can get sneak attack at range.
All right.
Ooh.
13.
Yep.
Sorry.
A natural
10,
1, so.
But natural 1, so yeah.
Okay, so no sneak attack, but
Top.
still. First attack. So that would be 18.
18 will miss. Bounces off its surprisingly robust hide.
Also, I forgot I have to add the damage manually because for some reason that doesn't like the sharpshooter macro for damage. Okay, second attack.
Nope.
Nope. That's it.
All right. As a legendary action, it is going to fire an eye ray at Fergus. I will roll 1d10 to determine which ray it is. I have no control. I can only choose the target. Stupefying ray. Give me an intelligence saving throw, Fergus.
Uh-oh.
You are within. Oh, you're just outside of it.
Here I go being dumb again. You said it's a saving throw, right?
Yeah, saving throw.
Oh, hey, this is actually one of my saving throws, so it's not bad.
Give it a roll. I'm gonna give it a flash genius to +5 just in case.
All right, you succeed. The ray hits you full force, and though you feel a pressure on your mind, you take no damage or suffer no ill effects.
Cool.
Thrum.
All right. Bonus action, he's going to rage.
Mhm.
And as part of that action, he can move up to half his speed. He is then going to take a full action to Ghost Water Dive and
Yep.
teleport to a key. And then he can take one attack as part of that action. And he is going to hit this motherfucker.
That'll hit.
All right. Plus 2 damage for rage.
All right. You swing your axe and you slice through its hide. You expect some blood to come out, and though the wound is very physical and it does seem to hurt it as it flinches in pain, you notice the edge of the wound is raggedy and kind of seems to fade as it comes out. You believe this creature is a byproduct of the demiplane that you're in, and it's not actually a real beholder that was just living inside this castle.
It's an illusion.
Oh. Do we not need to fight it then?
That your turn, Thrum?
Yep, assumed.
All right, legendary action, gonna eye ray Thrum. 4.
Can I try and disbelieve it?
Burning ray. Give me a dexterity saving throw, Thrum.
Stands there. It's not real fire.
Does somebody know if I'm raging? Don't I get a advantage on dex
If you're
saves?
if you're a high enough level barbarian, you should have advantage, I believe. I forget how high. I think I want to say like level 4 or something like that. But yeah, danger sense. There it is. So yeah, you should have advantage on this.
Always forget to use that. Can I disbelieve him?
Saving throw. Come on, one thing at a time.
Sorry, I didn't know if I was muted when I said that earlier.
Yeah, you did, but we're resolving a legendary action first.
Sure.
You leap back as one of the eyes fires a ray of burning light, which burns through the book that you're standing on in like a roughly watermelon-sized hole that goes through, and you can smell the crackling of fire. But you still take splash damage from it, according to this. So you take half this damage. You take 9 points of damage of actual fire damage.
And if I'm resistant to fire, would I take
Half again.
4?
Yeah, 4.
Okay.
That hurts for real, though.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't unbelieve it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tassel.
No, it hurts.
Well, we seem to have a ballista here. Is anyone driving this thing?
Freya's up by the wheel. I assume that she would be the one at the controls.
Yeah, let's just try and get this thing ready to fire.
Yeah, no problem. You can spend an action to prepare an action. To as soon as it
Did you
swings
just call
around.
the ballista a ballista?
Ballista, ballosta.
I like it.
Baloney.
Oh, baloney,
No idea what
balogna.
you were saying.
Just trying to remember the exact damage on these jammas. Yeah, here we go. Plus 6 to hit, and then they do 3d10 piercing damage. All right. Freya, your turn.
All right, I will turn the ship to face the beholder.
All right. Give me a moment here. People are probably gonna have to readjust, but
Yep.
boom.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to cast Dispel Magic. Upcast it to 4th level.
All right. here.
So if it's the cause of a 4th level spell or below, it automatically dissipates. If it's higher than that, then I gotta roll against the DC.
The beholder is going to use its reaction to direct one of its eyes that projects an anti-magic cone. So that will cover everyone except for Thrum, which does effectively counter your dispel magic.
You can do it as a reaction?
Yeah.
Damn. That's fucked up.
Its eye rays don't work in an area with its own anti-magic field, though, if it makes you feel any better. Also, because 5th edition is super fucking vague on what counts as magical versus not, I wish they'd bring back the extraordinary and supernatural thing like for Pathfinder. I'm just going to say spell casting, and don't worry about magic items. That's my adjudication for that one. Keep it simple.
If you can get its cone off of me, then I can maybe dispel it.
But
Oh,
Taskell,
it's central eye.
yeah, it's its central eye. So Taskell, you do have your prepared action to fire the ballista. So it'd be 1d20 plus a +6 because siege equipments have fixed accuracy.
Okay, I was about to ask when it came around.
Yep.
Whew.
Ooh, that'll
So,
hit.
3d6, you said?
3d10.
3d10.
But it's still a reaction, right? It can still only do it once per turn.
Yeah, it's still a reaction, only once per turn.
So if
if
I can get it to look at someone else at the same turn that I use the spell, then we can do it that way.
Yeah, technically it doesn't say melee weapon. So divine
Yeah,
strike.
if you have something to apply to ranged weapons, it would apply the ballista.
It's 2d8 fire.
As we kind of reposition like this, could Nolgrim activate his armor to use his reaction to move?
Yeah. You said
Okay.
it's a reaction ability.
Yeah.
All right. That hits, and he takes full pop.
All right. And if I am good, I would like to make my way towards the front here. And do I have the move to do I have to roll or anything to jump across, or?
I would say in acrobatics or athletics, you're very close. So probably I would say anything over a 10 and you'll be fine.
Okay.
It's only because you're an airship that's actively rising and jumping
yeah.
onto a moving flying book.
Okay. Actually, let me reposition. Seeing how close we are, actually, I think you would want to go this way.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks better to me.
Okay. And I believe that's the end of the turn.
Yeah.
So
Stay on the boat.
he's going to spend his last legendary action to I-beam Thrum again because he's the only one not caught in the cone. 10. What do we got? Death Ray. All right. Thrum, give me a dexterity saving throw.
All right, advantage since he's just a barbarian and can see it coming. Is this saving throw? Yes.
Yeah, saving throw. All right, you a beam of black energy shoots out one of its eyes, and you duck and roll as it zips past you and plows into a book somewhere off the map where it just turns into dust. For context, just for fun, I'll just roll what the damage would have been.
Thrum slaps him.
Yeah.
Don't do that again.
It would have done 75 necrotic damage.
Good job, Thrum. That was a death ray.
That was the what? What did you shoot at me, you purple flying fuck?
Let's just hope the next one he shoots is the one that turns you to stone.
I've never...
It was a death ray, you stony fuck. This may or may not be in here just because I wanted to have you guys fight a beholder at some point, and I couldn't figure out where else to put it.
I love it. I don't think... I've encountered a beholder one time in D&D, and we snuck around it.
Nolgrim, it's your turn.
His Ira, does that also shut down abilities like Grudge and all that, or is that separate?
I'm just gonna say it doesn't because
Okay.
it's super vague and it's very annoying. I wish they would bring back like what in Pathfinder where they had extraordinary or supernatural abilities.
Yeah.
That way it's always super clear, but they don't. So I'm just gonna say spells and keep it easy. I
Okay.
don't feel like turning this to a debate, you know?
Okay. Does that apply for Smite too?
Yeah, I would say for smites as well, because that involves spell slots.
Okay.
But your grudges and stuff like that. It's fine.
Okay. So then bonus action, I'll hit him with my grudge.
Mhm.
And swing away. Switchblade.
Oh yeah, that'll hit. And that does 18 points of damage.
And second swing.
Can you blind a beholder?
Yeah, that'll hit as well.
That's a good NPC idea.
It takes a lot of effort because they got a lot of those eyes.
I mean, when I cast blind on a human, it blinds all of their eyes. I don't have to do it for each one.
All right, and that'll be my turn.
All right. Beholder's turn. It is going to, as a move action, flying putter 20 feet over here. So Nilgrim and Thrum get an attack since it didn't disengage.
5e, we don't allow grapple as an attack for a AOO.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. That'd be 4. But you still get a nice lax attack if you'd like. That'll miss, yeah. It's going to fly over here, and then it's going to shut its central eye, which is its anti-magic cone. And he says, "You've thwarted my plots for the last time, Bendrak and friends." Now it's gonna fire its eye beams, so it gets to roll 3 of them, and I choose 3 different targets. So it's gonna target Nilgrim, Taskell, and Fergus. So I'll just do it this way.
You are at +5 to this if you're within 10 feet of me.
All right, so first up, Fergus is going to get hit by a Madness Ray. Fergus, you take a Wisdom saving throw.
Curse is my only wisdom saving throw.
All right, so you take 5d8 psychic damage. So 22 points of psychic damage. And you must use your action to make 1 melee attack against a target within 5 feet of it. Of his choice, but
There's only one.
Oh yeah, only one. So you don't have a melee weapon in hand, do you?
Not in my hand now.
That means you unarmed strike Taskell.
Okay, I do it right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just use the mithril dagger for the attack roll. Ignore that -5. That's not actually into this.
Yeah. So the 26 will definitely hit, but it does. What does unarmed strike do? Is it just like
1 plus, I think, strength or dex?
Yeah.
So 6 points of damage.
Yeah. So Taskell, you take 6 points of damage as Fergus slugs you in the side of the face.
What's he doing, lad?
And now
I don't know. You were bugging me.
Okay. So both Nilgrim and Taskell are affected by the burning rays. So you each give me a dexterity saving throw.
Not a good one.
And it's a fail for Taskell.
Taskell will get a +5 to it.
Okay, that's still a fail. All right, so Taskell will take full damage here. So he takes 29 points of fire damage. and he also catches fire. So until he or someone else uses an action to douse him, he takes 1d10 fire damage at the start of his turn. Nulgrim, you do not catch fire, but you do take half of this.
So 13.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, I have resistance to fire, but that probably doesn't help with the not catching on fire part.
Yes. But that is its turn. Fergus. The Madness Ray was only for the one attack. You're back to yourself now, so you're
Okay.
good.
So it doesn't say I can't use Insightful Find multiple times. Usually it'll tell you.
Mhm.
So I think I'm just going to do it again. Can't
Yep.
get an extra one twice in a row.
Right.
Yep, that's impossible.
Yeah. Okay,
Alright.
so I do get sneak attack at range. I'm going to go ahead and turn off sharpshooter. And here we go. Is it going to roll? There it goes.
Oh, yeah. Good.
Man, I was one shy of a crit.
God.
You're sharp.
23 fucking damage just from the
Well,
sneak attack.
That's the sneak attack and the range bonus
Yeah.
from having the Axe of Dwarves attuned, because he said it can
Mhm.
apply to any ranged attack. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then one more bow attack.
Any ranged? What only applies to any ranged attack?
The ability you said the ability the Axe of Dwarves Swords gives, which is because if you look at it has the effects of the Dwarven Thrower.
Right.
When you hit with a ranged attack, using this weapon. So no, that
Using this weapon. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so let me see. That take away 5 of that damage for the first one, and
All
5
right.
from the other one.
Okay. So let's see. That would be.
So just minus 10 from all the damage he takes.
Yeah, I'm
if-
just trying to figure out what the
both
original
hit.
original damage is. So
Yeah.
let's see. Be minus 18, then minus 9. I'm just doing it piecemeal, so give me a second here. Minus 17, and then minus 12. Still, damn good hits.
Mhm.
That your turn?
Yep.
Thrum.
All right, Thrum is going to hop over here, and I assume he needs a. You said athletics or acrobatics check.
Correct.
Go. He's got advantage right now on athletics.
Yep, and you just need a 10, so it should be. Yeah, you're good. Unless you
All right.
got a natural 1, it's physically impossible for you to fail that.
Yeah. All right, so I don't think I've ever actually done this one. He is going to use, since he is raging, his chain is out. He is going to whip this guy, but instead of trying to do damage and grapple, he is going to do the second part of this as a bonus action. I just clicked it. I thought it would. There we go. It really doesn't say anything. All right, here, I'm going to copy paste this. So he's going to try and DC 17, pull that guy 10 feet closer.
Strength saving throw.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4.
Oh, yeah. So he's not grappled, but it pulls him closer.
Mm-hmm.
And now he can attack his normal attack.
Yeah.
Or I guess that's 2 swings. Oh, no advantage on that.
No
So
advantage, but the 25 would have hit anyway, so we'll just get roll with that. 18 points of damage.
And that's it for Thrum.
All right. Somewhere in the middle of there, it used its reaction to focus its anti-magic cone over here, so it's going to hit Thrum, Nulgrim, and Taskell, not Fergus or Freya. And then it is going to spend all 3 of its legendary actions in one go and fire 3 eye beams, Taskell, Thrum, and Nulgrim.
The both of you have a +5 to the roll.
Let me see what you got.
Nice.
4, 5, and 8. All right, so Taskell's gonna get a burning ray again. So Taskell, dexterity saving throw,
18.
18. That is still not gonna succeed. Good news is you can't get more on fire than you currently are.
Ah, but that's where you're wrong.
All right, so 17 halved because of your fire resistance. Thrum is getting a stupefying ray.
Oh
Give me
no.
an intelligence saving throw.
No. I choose the dexterity saving throw, please, sir. Oh, holy shit.
Oh, and with the
What?
+5 from Nolgrim, you succeed. So
Tom
you
is
do
a
not
genius.
get stupefied.
He's a political genius.
Middle finger strikes again. And Nolgrim, you're getting the petrification ray. Make a
Oh, that's fun.
dexterity saving throw. That's already with your +5 factored in.
Yeah.
So you are restrained as you're beginning to turn to stone.
Greg, does your flash of genius help out at all with this?
She has any left?
Yes, I
Does it
have
work on
2 left.
saves?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
it works on saves and ability checks.
Yeah.
So
you-
yeah, I'll pop a flash of genius so you don't turn to stone.
Yep. All right.
Appreciate it.
You avoid the effect.
Elgrim is not really that bad.
I do have to say, this is the first time I've ever run a Beholder in a game. Obviously, I've only ever played with you guys. Man, these eye beams are fucking fun, man.
Yeah.
More people need to use Beholders.
It's just hard to fit them into what your setting is unless you build
Yeah.
around them, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's its turn, and it used all 3 legendary actions. Taskell.
I seem to be on fire and would like that to not be the case.
Yep. Either way, you still take the 1d10 damage. Boom. 3 points of fire damage.
That is an action, so.
Mhm.
And not really much place to move, so I guess that's turned.
All right. Freya, you're no longer in the anti-magic cone effect, and it already used its reaction, in case you're wondering.
All right. And I'm not in it anymore.
Can you shift the ship so that we could get out of its cone?
Combo, can I shift the ship to make them out of its cone?
Sure. I'm just gonna do 90-degree rotations. Is just what I'm gonna do. So,
All
do you
right.
want the nose to be pointing that direction or that direction?
That
Sounds
direction
good.
you're pointing right now seems like it would be best.
All right. Also, thank you, Michael, for actually providing a map of your airship. This was immensely helpful for this encounter.
That is
Of
pretty
course.
cool. That is a slick airship. I like it.
Mhm. All right. Arrange themselves. Because I am
Everyone
going
back.
to quickly give a dexterity saving throw for the Beholder here.
Hit him with the ship.
All right. He just manages to bob into the air as the ship goes underneath him, so he is still in the same space where he is right now. But the cone is missing all of you guys.
All right, let's hope this works. Dispel magic, 4th level.
Unfortunately, he is not an illusion that can be dispelled.
God damn it.
He is bloodied, though.
No, that's my turn.
Mm-hmm. Olgrim.
Right. Olgrim mode. Is this still technically on the ship?
Yeah,
Since
I'll
there's
say
a
that's still
ledger?
fine. You're like, there's probably ropes to the balloon
Yeah.
over it, so you're like up on the railing holding onto the rope with one hand or something like that.
Sounds good to me.
Very swashbucklery.
Yeah. And I'll take a swing. Couple of swings. Boom. 28.
Oh, that'll hit.
And I think I'll bump a second level Paladin Smite into it.
All right. Should be 3d8.
10 extra damage.
And the meaty chunks off of him.
And then one more swing. And this one I'll go ahead and pump another second level Paladin Smite and a 5th level Warlock.
Mm-hmm. Just roll all at once. He's
Yep.
equally as vulnerable to radiant and force damage. So
Okay.
got a bunch of wacky abilities, but he's gratifyingly not immune to a lot of things. So it's both of those added together.
Yep. The first one's a Paladin. The second one's the Warlock. I just want to roll them separately so I could track the numbers correctly.
So you guys just seeing Nolgrim hop up here like a pirate, and he's just laying into this beholder with just flashes of divine and arcane power. Just huge wounds opened up in the side of this thing. And that your
Can
turn?
I just do 85 damage?
Yep.
Bonus
swings.
action. Should have done this first. What is it? Oath of Vengeance.
All right.
That was a lot of text.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't need to copy all that. Yeah. Oath of Enmity. Vow of Enmity at the bottom. Get advantage on attack rolls for the next minute against him. I'll fix that
Gotcha.
text. That'd be my turn.
All right. It is its turn. I'm just going to read stat sheet for a moment. That would be interesting. All right. It's going to pitter putter over here. It's only got 20 feet of flying. It's hilarious. He moves so slow.
Deck of opportunity.
Yep.
Yeah, they always were kind of plotting little creatures or
Mhm.
big creatures.
Oh, yeah, that'll hit. So that'll be 17. Takes another nasty gush out of it. Your petty dwarf factory will not best me, dwarf. Hurry! He's going to fire all 3 of his eye beams at Nolgrim.
Oh boy.
So that is 229. The 2s are Withering Ray, gives me Constitution saving throws. All right, so that succeeds. That fails. I'll just go first up. You take 5d8 necrotic damage. And then I'll just copy paste this into the chat. So,
All right.
but because it weakens you.
Okay.
And ooh, fun. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
These do well. That's not so well.
All right, so you got hit by the disintegration ray.
Oh fuck. Freya,
Oh, not again.
help.
Right. Are you saving? Oh, wait.
Oh,
It's
yeah, I
30
can.
feet, right?
Yeah, it's 30 feet. All right, I guess I'll use my second flash of genius on Nolgrim.
All right. So that succeeds. So let me read, see if there's any effect.
Well, he did do 85 damage to the creature in one round, so it's kind of angry at him.
Yeah. So you dodge an almost transparent clear beam as it flies over your head, and you see it hit a book that's larger than a building on the shelf behind you, and it just kind of ceases to be.
Sweat gleam across his brow.
And at the start of its turn, I forgot to say, no, it won't do that because it couldn't have shot you with all those eye rays. So yeah, its central eye is still closed. Fergus.
Deal with Fergus.
Richard. Are you muted?
Yes, I am. So I am now in sneak attack with insightful fighting.
Hmm.
I'm going to bonus action Hunter's Mark him since it's not a spell. It's a class feature, not class feature, a feature of
Yep.
my hunting.
You're not
family.
even in the anti-magic
Okay.
area anyway.
Gotcha.
All the marks on this guy.
Let's see. I'm gonna actually move closer. Because let's see, 25. Yeah, I can throw my axe and have it returned to me. There's a better chance of hitting. And what the hell? I'm gonna throw on Hunter's Mark or Sharpshooter.
Mhm.
See if these really do some damage.
Blow that bitch up.
25 to hit.
That'll hit.
So it's that plus 10.
Okay.
So
that
38, 48.
48.
48.
And that's for first attack.
Okay. Show me the next one. Oh my god.
And that's also plus, I think Sharpshooter stacks too, so that's plus 20 on that.
Does sure? Because I thought
I
it was on the.
It
It might not.
the
Let me
dice
double
get
check.
doubled.
Only the dice get multiplied
Yeah.
in 5th edition.
Oh yeah, the die. I forget. It's
Yeah, I know how it is.
But it
Still.
is plus 10, right?
It
still
is
plus
plus
10
10.
on top of that.
So let me see. This might
38.
All right. Fergus, how do you throw the axe and kill this thing?
I swing it forward. It hits him, and as it's coming back, it actually slices back from the back of him towards me, and slices at him. I don't know, somewhere near the eyeball, which I think is his whole body.
Yeah, it comes back and it enters through the back of his eyeball skull thing. I don't know if they do have bones. Anyway, and his central anti-magic eye pops out from the eyelid. And display that would be incredibly gory if he wasn't starting to fade from existence, as he cries out, "No, my hubris, curse you, Bendrak and Red!"
Got him right in the hubris, huh?
And we're now Bendrak and friends.
As you have bested the beholder. So, for context for you guys, that was a third-party upgraded, more powerful beholder, and you styled on that fool.
Stunt on him.
Lex.
All right. You have a moment to take a deep breath as you have bested the out of left field beholder.
That's all right. He knew Bendrak. Therefore, he tracks with the story. All right, let's go down to the 2 doors.
You were
I'm
rising
really
up in an airship, and you want to go back down?
Oh,
You haven't even
more to
reached the
go
top
up?
yet. Yeah, there's more to go up.
Oh.
You rise and rise until the cloud cover becomes thick. There is a bright light within the clouds as it obscures your vision like fog that rapidly becomes darker and darker and darker. And the fog's dampness becomes cloying and presses around you until you feel soaking wet as the airship emerges from the stock pond back into Faster Vault.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, we just flew up the bottom Faster Vault.
Are we still in the blue?
Yep. Not really a lot of room in here
Yeah.
to go now,
yeah, yeah.
but you the airship has become a ship.
Well, there was another path from here, so
Mhm.
let's head that way. Well, do we want to take a rest, or is everybody good for now?
In real life, I got to pee.
That sounds like a short rest time then.
Yeah, all right.
For those of you in the call, it's not really any sort of spoiler or anything to table talk. Way, way early on in the planning phases of this campaign, before we ever started playing, when I was debating about what was going to be the threat in Dammerhall, I briefly considered it having be I believe they're called death tyrants, which are undead beholders.
Mm-hmm.
Purely because I really, really loved the flavor of how death tyrants become a thing. It's beholders realize that their mortality is a thing that they have, and then they decide as hard as they can, fuck that, I don't want to fucking die, and then they become immortal undead.
Jeez.
Literally no magical ritual, they just become undead. I kind of love that. That was in the early concept phase, as you could tell. That didn't become the final thing. But
Yeah.
this is way early on when we were still playing Way of the Wicked.
Mm-hmm.
Beholders reproduce by dreaming about another beholder, and that comes into real life.
Yeah.
That's been varied over the editions. There's,
Probably.
I mean, I
my
don't
impression
want-
of them still from second edition AD&D is splat book I Tyrant,
Mhm.
which is all about beholders. It's like they're so crazily xenophobic that when they have kids, they look at each one, decides which one look the most like them, and kill the rest.
I mean, I like the being thought into reality thing, if for no other reason than that ball of flesh and eyes somehow having sexual organs is deeply disturbing to me.
Yeah, the reproduction chapter in that book isn't particularly nice to read.
Oh God!
Yeah, I like that it adds to the beholder too, because it's like the beholder that comes out is very slightly different than the beholder that created it, and it hates it for it.
Mhm.
Each believes they are the superior beholder for these differences.
I think the only thing I will comment on is that it has both, and there's the tongue.
God damn.
Oh God!
Yes.
That's you know, people criticize some of the lore changes across the D&D editions, especially 5th editions. This might be one of those areas where I think it was a good call.
Yes.
I remember when they'd write that into these books. They'd be like, and here's how they fuck.
Well,
Problem is because I
dessert-
know D&D players, anytime that you say this is how something in the magical world fucks sexually, they said, okay, but could it have fucked one of my parents and I'm half? No, I'm not going to think about that.
No, no.
Oh
Mm.
God.
I'm
So
not
Holder
going to
gets
think
it.
about how apparently you're a cunnilingus baby.
Welcome back, Thrum.
Sadly, I was here all along.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was listening to us whilst on the toilet. All this talk of beholders, he couldn't even get a semi.
I wasn't on the toilet. I was just TTing.
Of course, the other thing nice about D&D is it is a multiverse, so you know, just say, no, it
Yeah.
works this way here.
hmm Yeah. So it always bugged. Sorry, this is a small derailment. I won't get into it since we're all back. It always bugged me that they said multiverse. I'm like, yeah, but they're not parallel universes. They're just different worlds, like in a universe. So it's more like a planar verse. But that's just me.
Technically, multiverse doesn't have to be.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just though it is super funny to me to think about that when I'm reading Dragonlance, which is a very like classic high fantasy, low magic, high stakes Lord of the Rings type thing. To be reading it and like, so those hippos in space above them, just on flying boats, hippos with guns, slime people. They're just out there, and everyone's like, the fate of all of Kryn is in the balance, and I'm like, yeah, or you could get on a boat and fuck off. Which, to be fair, I do think that would be a hilarious Spelljammer campaign concept. Is just you accidentally keep causing problems, and then you just like, I'll just leave the planet now. They can deal with the one ring I left here. Oopsies.
Look, the Tarrasque can't fly, and I have a spaceship. This is your problem.
Yep.
Look, I realize. Nowhere is a good place to leave the Cube of Annihilation. It's the Cube of Annihilation. I had to pick somewhere, and this place has a Tarrasque in it.
Mm-hmm.
So you were on a timer, anyways.
Did you guys want to take a short rest before proceeding? Up to you.
Yeah,
Probably
I'll
a good
move
idea.
on to a short rest.
I feel like we've done enough adventuring where it's kind of warranted just mentally for our characters at this point.
Yeah. Well, also this memory recreation of Fastball doesn't exactly give off unsafe vibes.
Let's forget about those temporary hit points we're supposed to have. So, zero those out.
Yeah, do our
hit dice to use?
Fergus, do we get temporary hit points back after a short rest?
I want to say it was a long.
Yes, you do. Short or long rest, you get it back. So 18 temporary hit points. I'll use a hit die myself to top myself off.
Just let me know when you guys are ready.
I'm good.
All right. I don't think Freya was actually touched in that fight. I threw attacks at her. I just think she succeeded everything.
Yeah, Thrum took 4 temporary hit point damage.
Mhm.
It didn't break his bubble.
You guys are very strong.
Yeah, Thrum's getting pretty gross on the ability to soak damage at this point.
If I would have remembered Vow of Enmity first, Nulcrum could deal out a lot of damage real quickly.
Yeah. I mean, you might have been a statue before then if it hadn't been for the flash of genius.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
It's like no one of us can stand alone.
Thank you, Freya.
Combined, we are invincible.
I do like that in 5th edition, though, that when you're getting turned to stone, The first failure makes you restrained, and at the end of your next turn, you do a different saving throw, and if that one fails, then you're turned to stone. Because outside of just giving people more chances, it also you can kind of like mentally picture like your legs start turning to stone, the
Mhm.
extremities, and
And it gives that chance for other characters to help you.
yeah.
All right, where are we going in this ridiculous spider web of thoughts?
All right.
Memories.
You guys throw open the door that was in that house. You are greeted by a swirl of dust. As you advance through it, you realize that it is not dust, but it is ash. And you are greeted by a bleak sight. You see the surface world. The sky is a toxic orange. You see mountains that are familiar to you, but barren, lifeless. The ground is covered in the fine powder of ash, the lisp husks of something that perhaps was once trees could be found. Though you can breathe just fine, the air feels dead, wrong. It's like if this was not within this strange mental-based demi-plane, you would imagine you'd be suffocating right now, much like how you when you were underwater in the abyss depths. As you advance forward into this place, your foot crunches on something. You look down and you see a shard of a humanoid skull gazing upwards. As you look up, there's something within the ash-ridden clouds, far too large and far too far away. Long, sinuous motion, like a gigantic sky serpent the size of the entire hemisphere, or maybe a tentacle. A sense of pervasive hopelessness, of lifelessness clings to this place. Also, I spent a lot of time finding a picture for this one, so take a good look, zoom in on that one.
That is really
That's a good
gnarly
picture.
looking. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, that was the dragon, but then how you described it, I'm like, ooh.
I think Nolgrim will go breathless at it and just kind of look up in just horrified awe.
Mhm.
Do you think this is what caused Bendrak to do what he did and did that to Caliburb's mind? What is this? Nolgrim will start looking around, just see if you could see any sign of like memories or like
Yeah.
hear voices that might give context of what's going on.
You walk around across this dust-ridden space, and as you're walking, a few of the tumbled, desolate stones are a little bit more geometric, perhaps the remainders of a cobblestone wall. As you all walk into this area, this desiccated husk of a world, Fergus is the one that most quickly realizes that you're standing in some place that at one time was perhaps the capital of Corsiconia. It was almost impossible to recognize because the ocean's gone. And out over the horizon, you just see the edge, almost like reality itself is breaking down at the fringes. There's no one here. Just a faint sound like a whisper upon the breeze from the horizon. What do
I'd
you
say
do?
good riddance, but if the top world is gone, we wouldn't have lasted much longer underneath either. We all breathe the same air. We gotta find a way out of here to prevent this.
What even is this?
The end? Don't know.
That
An
whisper.
insight? Could we roll like an
Yeah.
insight?
Grow an insight.
Investigation or
Insight or investigation, I'll allow either.
Middle fingers all over it, man.
Nogram's just trying to wrap his mind around just this.
Thrum and Fergus, you hear that whisper on the wind from the horizon across what used to be the dried out ocean. A voice, slightly clearer. You can tell that the words are not for you, but you can hear them all the same. Paradise, but not for us. Paradise, but not for us. It's definitely coming from a direction over yonder.
Yeah, I just tell everybody like this place makes me uncomfortable. Let's figure the fuck out how to get out of here.
I think our only lead is to follow that voice. It's not happy about what's happening. It's calling this place paradise, but not for us. Maybe it's a humanoid that can recount what happened. Walk that way?
I'll be right back, but I'm following everyone along.
Okay. That means he's still listening. We can just keep going, right? Sorry, I understood that.
Yep.
Okay. Yes. Do you turn around or do you seek to go deeper?
I think we should go toward that voice that we hear over the ocean, or where the ocean used to be.
You begin walking. You walk down the slopes of the ocean, whisper slowly growing louder. It takes you a good 2 hours of travel time. And in that, you see sights. The bottom floor of the ocean, dried and dusted with ash. You see great ziggurats and underwater structures now dry, some of them reminiscent of the aboleths that you knew at the Sunless Sea. But these structures are not the imposing edifices of tyrants, but broken and destroyed tombs to a long dead civilization. Your feet crunch as you walk across the piled bones of all the destroyed sea creatures. No signs of battle, no weapons, no warfare, just the end. Place seemingly incapable of sustaining life, and life just stopped, and the world withered around it. The whisper is louder, still a hushed voice, but you can tell it is Caliburn now. You walk, and the feeble ball of smoke and ash that counts for a sun in this hellish would be too generous of a word world begins to set, and darkness closes in. The world begins feeling tighter, more constrained. Moats of blackened stone begin protruding from the ground, sharp like obsidian. glossy. Veins of green run through them. They rise up, slowly but surely, taking the form of carved stone buildings, far too narrow, far too blade-like to be of dwarven construction, but shaped nonetheless. They twist and interweave and connect in the air, connecting to a ceiling which you now see hangs above. And you're certain now that you are back underground in some twisted, maddening parody of a city. A dark reflection of your beloved Dammerhall, held upside down, suspended from the ceiling, streets waving back and forth in ways which you do not know how could be traversed by mortal means. A city of
Look,
like
the streets weren't playing that poorly.
a city of likes to which you have never seen. Not meant to be inhabited by ones built like you. Miasma hangs low to the ground, and you hear the voice of Caliburb. Can't let it happen. Can't let it happen. Have to prevent it. Do whatever it takes. Can't let him find it. Can't let him find this place. Not again. Must keep the secrets. It takes no rolls. You can weave your ways through these streets, sometimes having to crawl, like shimmy across the buildings, crawling through windows to get there. The remainders of houses, tables built into floors that are on walls. There is an echo of dwarven construction, but like a mind possessed by madness. As you're drawing closer, Taskell and Thrum, there's like a ringing in your temples, like a migraine beginning to build. Not enough to impair you, but this place makes you feel a pressure within your skull. How's everyone feeling at the end of this long monologue I have given?
I think
definitely.
Nolgrim feels like he's basically been holding his breath this entire time, just trying to get some sort of insight of what's going on and what happened and if it could be prevented.
Definitely gripping the shield and the warhammer tight.
Yeah, Thrum's got his shield back off his back now, and now that you said that the pounding's ringing in his head before, he just thought that these were just memories. He's just passing through. Let's find our way out. But as it's starting to physically affect him, he's worrying that there's more going on here.
Fergus?
Just general sense of discomfort and just not liking the whole anything about this right now.
Yeah. And is Michael still AFK?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems
It's fine. We can keep it moving. You walk forward, following the voice of Caliburb. You eventually arrive at a large open square, flat of tiled, cracks of glowing green through the purplish black stone bricks beneath your feet. All around you are titanic statues rising into the darkness, 2, maybe 300 feet tall. They're scant on features. To call them humanoid would feel generous. It would look like they were shaped by people attempting to draw the form of a humanoid based upon description only, having never seen one. Their faces are featureless, their arms crossed. A sense of just quiet comes from you. Almost like they're sleeping, as a word that comes into your head. And while the pounding and thrum in Taskell's head grows greater and greater, you see on all fours in the center, talking to himself in the exact middle of the square, is Caliburb, his staff on the ground next to him. I can't let this happen. I can't let him
Question.
know what I know.
That the staff, is it? Because that was a staff that we had back in the Whirlwind, right? That
Yeah,
elemental staff.
Mhm.
Is it broken and sundered at this point, or is it still whole?
it's still whole.
Okay.
Welcome back, Michael. You've been hearing all this, right?
I
You're
have
saying-
not.
Oh, whoops, sorry. I thought you said
It's
keep
all good.
going. I thought you were hearing. Does anyone else want to give me a break from talking to kind of explain what's happened so far?
Brief recap. Give me the bullet points.
Yep, sure. So you were here for the desert destroyed upper land, right?
Yes.
Well, we quickly realized that if you kind of turn it upside down, it was also the Underdark. And then it kind of morphed into, we followed it into kind of this strange alien type Dammerhall, where it was, the passages weren't created for dwarves. They were created for God knows what. Some were way too small, way too tall, way too thin, way too wide. It was as if they had been created for humanoids that, I love this description, humanoids that were drawn by someone who had never seen a humanoid but was given a description of them.
I've read this book. Check
And-
the other side.
And we have now found Caliburb in the middle, on his knees with his staff beside him, saying over and over, or repeating to himself, what'd you say? Don't let him know my secret. I can't let him know.
Yeah. I can't let him. I can't let him know what I know. I have to keep it hidden.
This hole was made for you, Caliburb. Exactly your silhouette.
That's where we are now, in this top right corner of the unknowable city.
Mm-hmm.
He's locked away his secrets here. I think. I don't know.
Also, just a little behind the scenes table talk for this image here, which I quite like. All these images I found via Google search, except for this one. I actually had that one made by AI, because AI is really good at making weird eldritch looking stuff.
I can imagine.
Mhm.
It doesn't even have to try to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely the thing it's best at. Like, you can just tell it some creepy words, and it'll make something for you that's spot on for what you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm. So what do you guys do?
I feel like one of us should talk to Caliburb.
That was the staff that I destroyed.
It's still whole though at this point. Nolgrim would slowly approach.
Hey, Caliburb.
Hey man, you look down.
Caliburb, are you okay?
He jumps backward, falling onto his butt, spins around on all fours, looks at you. His eyes meet yours, and it's more focused than you've ever gotten from this wizard in your entire life.
Mm.
Olgrim, what? Why are you here? Why are you here? How'd you get here?
We wandered into your tower in Dammerhall and just found our way here. What is this place?
Oh, if you found your way in here, then... No, this is what it was supposed to prevent. If you're here, that means he can get in here. Thrum and Taskell, your migraines are absolutely destroying you right now. You
Who is
reflexively
he?
sink to your knees clutching your heads. It's just the most pain that you've ever had, worse than any dwarven-based hangover.
Do we need to leave? I think we need to leave.
Taskell and Thrum, your shadows begin to lengthen forward. Faster than an arrow shot, they extend and fan out over the square. A deep darkness, and as your shadows detach from you, your migraines suddenly leave you and yourself again. Caliber rises to his feet, going for his staff, when bursting from the darkness is a long appendage, boneless, most like a tentacle, but it opens up at the end into a leech mouth, and it wraps around him like a snake, lifting him to the air as the rest of the body comes up. And there is a booming laughter that can be heard audibly as well as in your head. As rising from the form of the shadow is a titanic figure, much like a dragon. 2 arms, 2 legs, long tail, elongated neck, ending in a head. Large bat-like wings. But where Maldraxxus's wings were leathery, these are slick and wet and membranous, like open flesh. The blue hide is not scaled, but is slick like a leech. And its mouth is not large jaws filled with spears, but is instead a suckling leech mouth that extends out with 4 tentacle-like appendages that each end in leech mouths. And as it rises up, it opens its 7 glowing green eyes and addresses all of you in a deep voice. Of all the pawns that I have used in my schemes, truly, you 5 have been the most useful. I have laid countless plans down, and countless of them failed. But even I cannot predict the sheer numbers of successes you have brought to me. And now I am but a hair's breadth away from all that I wish. Caliber seems to have gone pale. There seems to be like veins of green in the tentacles that constrain him. Too long, this little wizard has hidden the knowledge that I have wanted behind his madness. And now you, my unwitting dupes, have brought me directly to the source of the information. Oh, I do love being in control.
Is there anything Nolgrim could do to possibly extricate Caliber? He is just
He's way up in the air at the moment.
okay.
I mean, if you want to say anything or if you just want to attack, that's up to you.
Where is Caliber? Caliber's in the air?
He's in the air being held in here. You know what? Actually, I'll link a picture of what I based this description on. This is a smart idea.
Yeah.
I get smart ideas from time to time.
This is a pivotal moment.
Mm-hmm.
You need to see what you see.
It's a little bit bigger than the one portrayed in this picture, but you should get the idea from this.
All right. Mm-hmm. It's a whole lot of big tentacles,
Mm-hmm.
leechy mouths, silky skin, bat-like wings, but much, much larger.
Yeah, much larger. It's definitely around the size of Maldraxxus.
Is Caliber in a range where Thrum could deep order dive to him?
I mean, it would be like trying to counter a grapple at this point.
Just asking for the start because that's my plan.
All right, Thrum, you grab him, and I'll cut off the tentacles holding Caliburb.
Does Nolgrim have an idea of what this creature is? Is this something arcane or just beyond knowing?
Give me a history.
And also, where's the staff?
Let's see. Yes, that was a good question. Where is the staff?
Nolgrim, this is definitely some sort of dragon that you've never seen before. You have never heard of anything like this. But as your eyes drift over this creature, you notice one detail as it's standing on its back legs. Its full height, bear-like, bearing you down. Is that there is a wound on its chest, an old scar, right over where its heart is. And on a 21, you are reminded of a story, the story of the founding of Dammerhall. The mountain was formerly inhabited by a great blue dragon known as Encephalon. Durin Trinehammer slayed that dragon by driving his melted axe into its heart. That axe would go on to become the basis of the Axe of Dwarvish Lords, which Fergus now has. According to legend, Durin threw the dragon with that fatal stab down the shaft into the heart of the mountain, where its bones rest to this day. About 3 years ago, Freya got reports from her archaeological team, which she no doubt told you about, saying that in the core of the mountain, they were able to identify no dragon bones that would have been able to survive the lava. Fergus had assumed that that meant that Bendrak had left an undead dragon lying around. With some horror, you realize he didn't die.
Three dragons.
Mm-hmm. This one's slightly worse than just a dragon, though.
Yeah, I knew that as soon as I looked at the picture, Kenneth's D&D knowledge would click in what this was.
Oh, I was muted for it, but there was some concerned hmms.
All right, let's get him, Thrum.
Where's that staff?
It's on the ground.
All right.
I'll grab the staff. You focus on occupying him while I try and get Caliburb free.
Are you guys gonna try to make a dash for it?
I'm gonna. Well, if we have time to do something, the first thing I'm gonna do is Intellect Fortress Thrum.
Yeah.
Because this thing is a brain eater.
Mm.
I don't know what Thrum's wisdom is, but
If they're acting, Nolgrim will probably want to try Dimension Door to Caliburb.
Mm. As you all spring into action, this dragon beast. Thrum goes for the staff. Nolgrim Dimension Doors. Freya casts a spell. You all spring into action. This dragon beast, Encephalon, Nolgrim is sure, and says, "Oh, no, no, no. I need another moment still. You're in a mindscape. I am all powerful in matters of the mind. You're all hit by a matter of vertigo. The ground seems to detach. Space folds in ways that are not natural or possible in any sort of physical dimension. Everyone roll me 1d4. Right?
Oh, Nolgrim and Thrum hurl.
I just realized I was muted the whole time. I kept trying to say stuff, but
Oh,
like,
sorry.
no, you're
Damn.
fine. It wasn't anything important.
Okay. All right. So then,
I just want to say, I'm predicting, if this is teleporting us somewhere, you're fucked again, Fergus.
Why? Am I the only one that rolled a 2?
Yeah. Noel Grimm and Thrum rolled a 1. Me and Tasco rolled.
1, 1,
Or no, I rolled a
2,
3.
3, 3.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I rolled
What's
two
her
3s.
What's her name? Ignis could go somewhere.
Hey, true. Someone want to roll for Ignis? Do we need to roll for
Yep,
Ignis?
she rolled a 2.
Yep, go ahead and roll for Ignis.
Here. I'm going to roll for her. She just rolled a 2.
All right.
Nope.
I'm kidding. I just typed a 2.
She's with Noel Grimm and Thrum.
I think if you put brackets around it, it would pop up like a roll 2, but it would just be 2.
All right. As you all
I
tumble.
remember there's a,
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I remember there's a very convoluted way in Roll20, but it's actually very useful if it's something you want to do, where you can hide the rolls from the players, so they can't actually even see what dice you roll. They just see the result.
You could do a double bracket or a quadruple bracket, technically.
Oh, is that how you do it?
Quadruple bracket will do
Yeah.
it, probably.
Let me see here.
Yeah, and it'll just hide the roll, even the dice that you
Oh,
roll.
yeah.
Yeah, because it doesn't want to show nested results.
Mm,
Yeah, it looks like 4 equals 4.
yeah.
You rolled
Yeah,
the
but
dice.
I actually rolled the dice that he typed in.
That's cool.
Yeah, I rolled a 1d6 there. All right.
All right. What's going to happen to our...
This actually worked out pretty smashingly. You all have this feeling of tumbling. Nolgrim, you do dimension door forward and you move the exact same space, but unfortunately it's like he also moved because it's all of space is warping around you. And now this is going to be literally impossible to picture in your head, but I want you to try to picture it. Imagine a 4-sided platform that from all 4 sides taper down into a perfect triangle, but it's all meets at one end. It's intentionally spaced that doesn't make sense.
Wait,
And you
so
have
is it
like
like
an
a
upside down
hollow
pyramid?
upside down triangle?
Kind of, yes. And you have all landed on different sides. That's what the D4 was to determine what it was. As you are landing and picking yourselves up, you hear the voice of a Cephalon echoing out from all around you. I need a few moments with our mutual wizard friend. So I have taken advantage of the unique properties of this demiplane to bring back a few familiar faces for you to deal with. Taskell, Freya, as you pick yourselves up, the air seems to shimmer and you hear the gentle clinking of mithril chainmail. Emerging from seemingly nothing, you see Baroness Sathia Sevestia and 2 of her attendants. The boss fight of the first part of this adventure. Nolgrim, Thrum, and Ignis, you pick yourselves up on a side of this pyramid. And you hear the sound of someone swimming through water as if you were underwater, as well as mocking laughter as you see the form of Jiggles the Bold.
No.
Thrum's like, who's that handsome fellow?
And Fergus. Only little Fergus on his own little section of this strange pyramid structure.
Oh, geez, here I am lonely again.
You hear the creaking of wood and the rustling of dead leaves. And an all too familiar scratching voice. I took your heart once before. I shall do so again. As by sheer coincidence, you rolled the result that would mean you're with the Wicker Demon who killed you that one time.
Oh no, this is just gonna be
Oh my
cathartic now.
God.
Same for Nolgrim here.
You guys should see the battle map now.
Jiggles.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, bro. Hey, look, man. You don't know, but we do have a bit of a connection. Oh, I can only see my side. Oh, y'all.
I
are
can
over
see
there.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
you
see
can-
all of them.
You could see all of it.
Very cool map.
Thank you. I finished constructing it 10 minutes before I started the Skype call.
I've done that a lot.
Yeah. I have determined something interesting about myself is that I am not getting DM burnout because I'm having a blast. I am creating map burnout.
That's the biggest the burnout for D&D. That's why the pre-made campaigns are so nice, because even if you have to remake the maps, you have a basis, so you don't have to worry about thinking how it looks.
It's why I'm getting really into the idea of those theater of the mind systems.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me.
Next time I run a campaign, it's a homebrew one. I'm definitely gonna do like half theater of the mind, half
Yeah,
and like just have maps for like actual battles rather than like traversing ones, and just do theater of the mind exploration.
right. Like I know you guys are cool with it. Like if I had just done roll 20 boxes, you guys wouldn't have cared. But the problem is that I care.
Yeah.
And I can't let myself.
Well, I just go back to the space campaigns you ran, Gumbo, where it was basically like paint. The maps were just like paint, and those seem like they might have been quicker to set up than something like this.
They were, and I hated them.
Yeah.
I felt really bad every time I made one of those maps.
No, but I feel like that's the way to go for us, where we're not trying to impress each other. We're just, theater of the mind, but plus a little bit of structure.
Yeah, as I said, it's mainly me doing this to myself. Okay, I've now opened all the character sheets. Now, if I was really skilled, I would be good enough to be able to open character sheets while I'm monologuing, but I am not that skilled. All right, so that's Jigless, and then
we got a big fight coming up here.
Xanadrath.
You clever
I
dog.
mean, I will say it is a big fight, but I'm literally reusing the exact same stat blocks from these fights, so some of these are not going to be quite as bad as you remember. And then, of course...
Yeah, no, I mean, this is fun. This is a lot of...
And then the big man
obstacles.
himself.
And can we reach the dragon?
So currently you're all like you're like Super Mario Galaxy mode right now. So you're all on different sides of the same object floating in the air, and the city is always above and below you because you're like inside a kaleidoscope. This is like some full-on H.P. Lovecraft non-Euclidean geometry right now.
All right, so we can't move from our square into the middle square.
I feel like that's something you'll need to experiment and not have me tell you anything.
Okay, yes, sir.
And let's see a good combat music here.
Oh, I see.
Is this one good? Yeah, this will do it. Okay, Fergus, you're up first.
Yeah. Just look at the demon and be like, I should be worried about that giant dragon thing, but I really need to pick me up, and I remember you. So first, I'm gonna do my insightful fighting. So you have to roll deception against my insight.
Yep. Charisma. 18. You succeed.
Okay, and I am going to just start rushing over to it.
Oh, great.
And just axe in hand, dagger in other hand. I can't use this turn, but I have it ready.
Mm-hmm.
Turn off this stuff. Axe time. 20 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
Okay, so 27 points. Second attack.
Ask him a question.
17.
That'll hit.
Okay, so that's 13 points of damage, and I'm going to action surge to smack him a couple more times.
Mm-hmm.
31, I think will hit for 12.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And last one, 30 to hit for 15. As I
So
just start
for-
hacking this tree.
Yeah, you're hacking at this tree thing, and some distant voice in the back of your head, like, an axe might have been better than a dagger the last time I did.
Shut up, internal monologue. I know you're right, but fuck off. I'm busy hacking a tree.
Oh yeah. Drow consort.
Yeah, I just full on lumberjack it, like just swing sideways.
The Drow consorts are each going to cast Sanctuary on themselves. So, the Wisdom saving throw to attack them. There. And there.
I wonder what was the first thing to use the angel and the devil on the shoulders. This is
I want to say
the conscience. Ooh, that's a good contender. That's a good contender.
And then it is Jiglis's turn. Let's see, what should I do? Yeah. Jiglis is going to bonus action. Can he reach? Okay, yeah. So he'll move over here, then he'll bonus action Misty Step behind Nilgrim. And then
He's doing a jig.
And then he is going to shove attack Nilgrim. So oppose athletics there, Nilgrim. I roll a 22. So Loki.
Gonna be a hard one.
So you did not expect him to appear and disappear deep water dive style like Thrum. He gets behind you and says, "See you next fall, good fellow," and he shoves you into the pit. You fall and fall and fall, and then you pop out the other side over here. Down to the south.
Okay.
Freya.
Oh god, it just got Looney Tunes.
I'm gonna go look at Taskell and say, Dad, I think I can stop Encephalon, but I need a couple moments for them to keep off of me, and I'm going to summon Construct. Summon in a metal construct.
Yeah. We can still use your Steel Defender. I don't think we actually ever modified that sheet.
Yeah,
So
I don't think we ever brought it in, but it's easy enough rules.
Yeah,
I can pull it up.
What's the hit points?
It's a construct spirit.
Yeah, if you tell me the hit points, I'll modify the token hit points for you real quick.
Yeah. Construct Spirit has 40 plus 15 for each level above 4th. Weird level.
I think that means spell slot that you expend.
Or level 15. Huh? It says...
every level above...
for each...
spell slot. So if you cast it at 4th level, it's 40. But if you cast it at 5th, it's higher.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, so it's 40 hit points then?
Yeah, looks like
it. There we go. You should still have control over the Steel Defender token, so you're all good.
All right. Does it work like in Pathfinder? It can't attack this turn?
Yes, I believe so. But you can set it anywhere adjacent to you. I just put it on the map.
Yeah, and then I'm just going to move...
Oh, sorry, I apologize. You can set it anywhere within 90 feet of you.
Okay, cool. I'll put it right on Our Lady there.
Perfect.
And then move backwards so that I can do some of my stuff next round. But then I'm going to pull out my little device and say this will be some good practice to see if this will work on Maladraxxus. And then pop the Flamebane Analyzer on Encephalon. And I'm choosing Constitution.
because you can definitely see him. You have to. It's a weird feeling because you have to like look down over the edge, and then he's somehow above you. You probably couldn't see any of your other allies by doing this, but Encephalon is very big, so you can absolutely see him. Place a curse on creature. Yeah. Takes an extra 1d6. Yep. I'll mark him.
And that's my turn.
All right. Encephalon. I had sent so many dwarves to that mountain. Didn't know how many would succeed. None of them did until you came along. A long shot that though it was. Those visions, Thrum and Nulgra, visions you got, Thrum and Taskell, the ones that the gods gave you to put Fergus on the throne. That was just a little something I nestled into your subconscious to get you motivated. And wouldn't you know it, your beloved gods were all too willing to take credit. Being such worthy of worship. Nulgrim.
Is it possible for me to get within dimension door range of Acephalon? Or
Not on your facing of the thingamajig.
If I was to move like here, still no?
Yeah, still no. Because once again,
Okay.
the map is formatted. It's not like
I understand this. It's not visually representing. That's why I'm asking you where that range is. So if it's not there, then I get it. So okay. Do I see anybody else on this tile, or is it just me here?
It's just you.
Well, I guess I'm gonna go back through. Poop.
All right. Thwomp.
Right.
Yeah.
Is he?
That was much faster than I expected.
Move in and because he's on my level since he had to be to shove me down in the first place.
Yeah, I'll remove the blue dot.
Okay.
But he's like 5 feet off the ground, but you can still hit him.
All right, so then I will swing. Yeah. Actually, I'll hit him with my. No, I'm good. I'll go on roll. Boop.
That'll hit.
And then second swing.
Oh yeah, did anyone roll for Ignis?
We
No.
did. We rolled. She was on the same one with Nulgrim and Thrum.
No, I mean like in the initiative.
Yeah.
Oh, no one did.
Okay.
I think I'd want to pump
We'll
a first
roll for
level
at the top of the
paladin.
next round, yeah.
Pump a first level paladin smite in that second I'd hit for 9 extra damage.
All right. That's convenient. Her turn wouldn't have come up yet anyway.
It would have been last anyway.
Yep. Oh yeah. Big hits out of Jigless.
And
Oof,
I think that'll
why
be
so
my turn.
hostile? We used to get along famously, my dear chap.
That was until you betrayed us.
Oh, you're always going to be someone's Rube, Nulgrim. At least I was nice enough to give you a job. At the end of your turn?
Yes, it is.
Taskell.
I have no idea how long we have, but do what you can, daughter. I'll charge in and attack directly.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
Damn, Taskell.
Yeah, when he can actually roll high. So she's gonna use her action lightning backlash. Takes lightning damage equal half the damage dealt by the attack.
Mm-hmm.
So you take 14 lightning back.
All right, well, never mind. Damn, Taskell.
filthy ingrate. You have no ability to rule. It's her turn now. Let's see. She can't. Okay, so she is going to step over here, which will provoke an attack from the construct. Michael? Michael? Okay, cool. 17 will hit.
17 will hit, which means it's doing hits. Gonna make sure the heated body doesn't apply. Touches a creature or hits it with a melee. Okay, but only applies when they attack.
Hmm.
Just making sure. Where is? There it is. Oh, it can actually attack more than once. It makes the number of attacks equal. But this is an opportunity attack.
Yeah,
It
this
doesn't
is a
attack
reaction.
more than once.
So.
1d8 plus 4 plus the spells level, so 8. 1d8 plus 8.
Mhm.
8 plus 8. Max damage.
Okay, so she doesn't die, but she's very nearly dead.
Oh, it was book one enemy.
Yeah. Well, if nothing else, I'm glad she is gonna do this before she bites it. She's gonna cast Lightning Bolt and get both
Yes.
Taskell and Freya in one go. So that will be
You
dexterity
bastard.
gross.
That so
Yes.
rarely lines up. I feel like whoever gets it, PCs or NPCs, when it actually hits. But we had it hit like 3 times in 8 years.
It would be the 16. I had disadvantage marked from before.
Gotcha. What's her spell DC? Her DC is 14. So that'd be half damage on a successful. Yeah. All right. So also I like how Taskell got a natural 20 on that save and he got a high attack roll. Like now that the encephalon weirdness out of his brain is suddenly working better.
Mm.
Wow, that's a nice damage roll too. So half of that.
16.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what, that would have been real impressive.
So the cephalon was in Taskell and Thrum's brains.
Something came out of you when he emerged from that shadow.
Are you at a spot where you can tell us what that was?
Let me have my villain monologue moment.
Okay, sorry. Or
No worries.
sorry. The fact that you spilled it right there, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, sweet. So you can just tell. All right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys were having crushing migraines, and then your shadows elongated and
Yes.
detached from you. The migraines went away, and then he came out of the shadow.
Yep. And that was when I Skyped Kenneth, and I was like, I don't remember. Did we get bitten by something that I don't remember?
Well, it would seem that our whole little vision was his thing. How he got us into us, who knows? Apparently, he's just been kind of doing it to dwarves at random to see who could do the thing.
Visions were bullshit.
Either way, Celestia's on death door, but she does manage to get off her iconic lightning bolt. The 2 times this has worked, it has been with the exact same character.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I could do the one thing she was
I like
famous
that.
for. Drum. Also, I like that
Yes.
Drum's on the same level as the character I had him play. I swear this was random, and then I assigned the sides, and you guys rolled all the right ones.
It's pretty brilliant.
Sometime it work
Yeah.
out like that.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Thrum's going to move up here. Bonus action. He is going to rage. Actually, no. He is going to go large.
All
His bonus
right.
action, if you will.
Hmm?
And peering over my friend Olgrim, he's going to say, I've heard a lot about you. I don't like it. He is going to reach out to try and grapple Jiggles.
All right.
Which would be
Acrobatics.
shards.
Is 17.
22.
Takes 9 damage.
And another 1d4. Because I didn't click. No, he doesn't take that. Never mind. Just 9.
All right. Just 9
And
damage.
then second hit, now that he is grappled, he'll get that extra 1d4. And Thrum is going to hit him one time.
He's Jiggles.
I want that.
Oh, that does hit. Good God. You guys are stacked.
Oh, yeah, baby. That's what she said. I don't even know what that means. Just move along.
Oh,
It's the end of
okay.
Thrum. End of Thrum's turn. Feel uncomfortable.
Ignis's turn.
And then Ogrim, are you just controlling her?
I can. Yeah.
It's your girlfriend.
Right?
Yep.
Or whatever the title you want to put on it.
Right.
They don't believe in labels, man.
Mhm.
Yeah. Right, what spell she got? Let's do a 4th level Scorching Ray.
Yeah.
That would be
It'll hit.
that was. You know, I just roll all the attacks and then do the
Just
fire
roll
damage
all the
after?
attacks and then just
Okay.
spam the damage button.
So 2nd level, 3rd level, 4th level. So 2 more. Okay.
Miss. Miss.
Okay.
I feel like if you're over, because isn't it Scorching Light baseline 2 rays? So should you?
Oh, 3 is the baseline. Yeah, there it is.
yeah,
Okay.
3 is the baseline. Yeah.
So then 2 more.
Hmm.
Jeez.
Miss. He's got a +7
Okay,
too. Oh,
yeah.
that will hit. So
There
it's
it
2
goes.
hits.
Okay. All right. And
You
we'll
can just
go-
you can just click Scorching Rage.
Oh, okay, I got you. 16 fire damage.
16 fire damage. Jiggles is not looking good.
Has Ignis cast any spells yet? Because she's out of 3rd level spells for some reason. And
I think we just didn't mark that down. She
Okay.
has not done anything. I literally forgot to put her on the map during the Beholder fight.
Okay. Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yes.
And then I think she'll stay where she's at.
All right. Xanadrath. Looking at this character, she's like looking at an old friend.
You need
Who
to
you
be
again?
friends.
I mean, you guys have been very intimate on that side of the pyramid.
What's the right one? Hold on. Yeah, he has your heart.
Yeah, didn't he literally stick his hand inside your rib cage?
Yeah, tore open his ribcage. Oh, there we go. Wrong with character sheet open. That's why his abilities are looking weird. Sure, his initiative's the same, so I'll just keep it. All right, that's much better. All right, so he
Eat your heart out.
is going to. Yes, that's the perfect thing to do.
My guess is he's gonna eat his heart.
In a moment.
Wait, it's no
So-
fun if we start with the heart.
Fergus, give me a Constitution saving throw. As much like the last time you fought him, he hits you with power word stun. That fails. You are stunned.
Haha. But that stuns me
Oh,
for my
God
next turn,
damn
I
it.
think, doesn't it? Or is it just the end of his next turn?
It's you get a new save at the end of each of your turn.
Gotcha.
Power
Hey, can we-
words are just Fergus's bane.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. Okay, you succeed. You're no longer stunned.
Thank God.
He just wasted both of your times. All right. Hold on one moment. So something back.
Hit us with your best shot, you purple bitch.
Yeah. One that finds it weird that the drow have been becoming weirdly purple.
Mm-hmm.
A gray,
Yeah.
purple scale.
It's a gray
That's what I
area.
imagine.
Mhm.
I imagine some drow are more grayish, some drow more purplish.
I mean, maybe I'm not one to say. I like the pig-nosed orcs myself. I like those classic orcs.
They have more character.
Yeah, I think so. I once heard someone jokingly called some of the modern orc art. Those aren't orcs; those are green elves.
I like how Japan just locked into the pig orcs and never let
Yeah,
go.
they just stuck with it. I respect it.
Like, no, these are ours. You can never take them from us.
Yeah.
Right.
Supposedly, a lot of them were introduced to it with like the first edition of D&D, so that's also why kobolds tend to be dogs in their
Mhm.
stuff.
They're both gonna cast Healing Word on the Baroness. So I'll just roll them together. It's 2d4 plus 4. Haha, 7 hit points. All the difference in the world.
Mm-hmm. Enough to kill anything that lives.
Mm-hmm.
As long as
Wait,
it's
that's
like
bullets in a
not,
revolver.
as long as it's like not bigger than like a German Shepherd.
Well,
Then
actually,
you're gonna have
Somewhere a town
hit
folk
point-
died.
a hit point is an official term used in the military of World War One to
Oh,
determine
yes.
how many direct artillery shells a target can take before it is
Right.
destroyed. Meaning that
Yeah.
all things in existence have 1 hit point.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yep.
I'm sure like the president's bunker has like 300 hit points.
Well, yeah, all
Yeah.
living creatures and it's not just like the normal howitzers like from World War II. We're talking those huge fucking World War One cannons where they're like
Mhm.
battleship shells.
I want to say it was a 10-inch gun.
Yeah.
but yeah.
It's ridiculous. So Jiggles is going to make 3 rapier attacks against Nilgrim. 1, 2, 3.
The
Maybe the
20
two-
will hit.
All right. So that's 6 piercing damage, and then he swings his rapier over his head, and water begins to form and swirl around you. So the area 10 feet around him counts as difficult terrain. Yeah, that's his turn.
Okay.
See if he can make it to the next one. Freya.
All right. I am going to look back up at Encephalon
Mhm.
and then try to pull my bullshit maneuver. You saved me once, Caliber. If it's only right, I try to do the same for you. Technically, it would be Calibur's Constitution save, but I made him. I did it to Encephalon because I didn't know what you wanted to roll, so I assume maybe his Constitution save.
Yeah, that's probably the smarter play there. Disadvantaged. Constitution saving throw. What's the DC on this one?
Are you doing it to Cephalon instead of Caliburb, where you could get Caliburb out if you want some more?
No,
lane
he's
thing?
he's doing it to Caliburb,
ah,
but
But I'm
he's just
acknowledging that it's kind of bullshit because it's like, of course,
okay.
there's not rules for using
gotcha.
this on a creature. This
I
crap.
gotcha. Yeah.
So I think
he's
he should get some
effectively
kind of save.
using a spell
It's
to break
DC
the
18,
grapple. Oh, DC 18.
but
okay.
on a disadvantage because of Well, can't do much about that.
Yeah,
I was
that was
gonna
at
say
That was at disadvantage too.
that was gonna be a hard save.
Mhm.
So just a what? 2 or 1.
You feel your magic wrap around a Caliburb with your dwarven runes. You try to reel it in, but you feel just the raw force of Encephalon's mind manifesting as magic push against it, preventing it from moving. No, I'm not done with this one yet. You still have your bonus and your move, and of course your construct can still act, Michael. So
Yes. Well, I can't. I do. Look, good thing is I could try that a couple more times if I wanted to. Let's. Does Branding Smite reset every round?
well, you already cast an action this, so you could only cast a cantrip as a bonus action.
Oh yeah. That's why I was like, oh, the spell isn't actually that good. You can't cast it with other spells.
It's really good for trolling your player characters by teleporting them over lava, in my experience.
No, I guess that's gonna be the end of my turn.
Do you want your construct to move?
Oh yeah, my construct will move down here.
Mm-hmm.
And attack.
All right, it's gonna have to do a wisdom saving throw to get past Sanctuary.
All right, wisdom saving throw is somewhere on this sheet.
It might just be a flat wisdom if it doesn't have a save for it.
It has a +0 wisdom.
All right, flat D20 then. It's not super high of a DC.
Oh,
One S20.
That's one S20.
20.
Mm-hmm.
Which is apparently equal to 1.
Good to know.
Shit, yeah.
Put that on my math
ow, my
Bible.
knee. I just hit my knee. Oh, fuck.
Hey,
50.
that overcomes the Sanctuary. You can attack.
All right, prepare to die.
He has like 3 attacks at this point, right? At least 2.
It has, let's see, multi-attack. Construct has number of attacks equal to half of the spell's level, so 2.
Yep.
So it can go 1, 2.
Let me see. Consort. The second one will hit.
Awesome. 1d8 plus 8. 11.
11.
Crunch.
Really kills it. Concentration. Failed. No more Sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Encephalon's turn. One. I think he's good at the moment. Nulgrim.
Yeah, swing away at Jigless.
All right. That'll hit. Still up.
And I think another first level smite if he's still up. Or I guess now just do another first level
I mean, whatever you
smite.
want. I'll tell you the result after. Yeah.
16. Yep.
All right. So get this out of your system, Loki. How do you kill Jigless again?
Just kind of in that, not so much a rage, but just that, grudge
Mm-hmm.
blades glare of, you've wronged me, and now you'll feel this wrath, and just big old grudge blade just slice and bisect him, and yeah, just one cut across the stomach, and then the other just slice across the head.
Very dead Jigless.
Pops apart like Frieza.
And as he comes to pieces, much like
As-
the Beholder did, he kind of falls to shred and fade.
Oh, that felt good. All right.
So what Thrum was holding just kind of disintegrates as
Mhm.
Nolgrim slices and dices it.
Mhm.
All right. Guess looking around. It looks like these are the only way to navigate across, but I think we'll try to go.
Unless you want to try stepping over the
Are
edge. Up to you.
these sections that we're in, Gombo, these parts, this part, are they vertical?
This is difficult for me to describe because you are like on different faces of a pyramid-like structure that is somehow both flat but tapers to a point at the end, and then Encephalon's just on the square bottom of it.
Okay.
So where
All
the
right.
edges meet are the closest edges on the map. So like
Got it.
these
I got
edges are meeting, these edges are meeting, these edges are meeting.
But like the tops would be at the tip of the pyramid up
Yeah.
at the very top. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't make physical sense, but it is like dream logic, Lovecraftian stuff, so it doesn't have to.
With that dream logic, again, I'm having trouble visualizing it. Is there any clear way to get to him, or is it just like a long path?
I mean, you could try stepping over the edge here. You'll either go onto the side where he is, or you'll fall off the construct. You don't know.
What does that mean, fall for the construct? Like go off into the void, or?
The dark black.
Okay, let me do this.
All right. Yeah.
All right, so see over here, Loki?
Yep.
All right, so you are on the side of it, like here. He's
Okay.
on the top here. So if you go
I
to
see.
the edge, you'll either Super Mario Galaxy around, or you'll just.
I gotcha. Okay, so I would like to go to that edge and peek around. So would that be this edge?
It would be this edge here. The
Okay.
edges closest to each other are the ones connecting. That's the easiest bit.
All right. Yeah, he would just peek around and just try to get line of sight and try to hit it with a grudge.
Are your dark black lines showing the edges that touch? Like here and here. Here.
It's just the edges here. The fuzzy greenness is supposed to be like the city above and around you. I tried to make it look like it was far away.
Okay.
I
Just
gotcha.
making sure on the map you weren't trying to represent.
It's a I mean, this is one of the
I
scenarios
see what you're
very
saying now,
hard.
yeah.
It's very hard, but we want to make sure that
Mhm.
if you put things into the map to give us clues,
Yeah.
we want to understand.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So, would I be able to just kind of look around that lip and just make?
Yeah, you can see him up there because Freya was able to do the same thing with casting spells.
Okay, then I'll go ahead and hit him with a grudge.
Sure.
And then duck back behind, out of line of sight.
Mhm.
And that'll be my turn.
All right,
All right. It's going to get messy.
Daskell.
What does your grudge do?
It adds +5 damage, crits on a 19 and 20, and I have other abilities I could use it with.
It's not like Hex or anything where it gives them a penalty on like a certain ability check,
No.
right?
Right.
Okay.
All right,
I
hammer's up.
suppose I should have done that last round, but I will.
Not like you did badly last round.
Oh yeah, no. But bonus actions and all that.
Mhm.
Take another swing at her with the Forge Fire Hammer.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is. We missed you, good buddy.
See if the
Which weapon hits? Are you going for the consort or the Baroness?
Baroness.
All right.
Consorts.
It'll hit either way, and that kills her. Clunk. Dead.
Ha! My main attack was merely a feint. And you can't prove otherwise.
You fucking bitch.
Who's gonna tell you otherwise? That robot over there?
Oh yeah.
He's the only one that's going to be alive in a second.
You drow elves can't sass me. You're all literally figments of my imagination. Any other movement you want to do?
Probably should move up to that one.
Right. Thrum.
All right. So Nolgrim saw through there.
Yeah, he
Okay.
looked down and he saw up and he saw the dragon.
Oh god. All right. He's gonna move down to here. Go ahead and rage. Can't lose rage in the first round.
Not in the first
right?
round now.
And peek through to see what the hell Nolgrim saw and see if he can get there in the next round.
It's just a big dragon sitting in the middle of the plaza that folded around.
And prepare an action in case the big dragon comes this way.
All right. Ignis. You, Loki.
Trying to see what everybody's looking at. Would peek around the corner. That's no room. Let's see. What spells does she have?
Lots of offensive spells, if I remember.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if she's
Piss him
afraid,
off
she can
until
always
we're-
greater invisibility herself.
That's
don't
true.
piss him off until we're in there.
Think she should have greater invisibility herself or somebody else.
I
would say
like I'm
herself.
not neither. So I would say
Yeah.
either you or Thrum. Probably you.
I don't know if she could get to me though.
Well, I mean, you're right there. She has 25 feet of movement.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're more the cannon, and I can absorb a bit more.
Okay.
So I would definitely
So
make
she
you
go there.
invisible and make me a target. Hoorah!
Hoorah!
All right. So Nolgrim be invisible.
All right. Anadrath. He is just going to attack you. So, first up.
I was gonna say, can I retcon that he used his Eyes of the Deep?
What's the action economy on that? Because bonus action for rage.
Good question.
It looks like a spell. Oh no, it manifests every time you rage, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'll research and
All
let
right.
you know.
Either way. Against Fergus, grasping limb, 17,
Miss.
and 2 claws.
That'll hit, and that'll hit. I'm going to try to use my point to. Yes, I will. I will dodge the 18. So.
Gotcha. So that'll just be the 6 damage then.
Yep.
And then it is your turn.
Before I take my turn,
Hmm?
I can tell I'm not going to be able to stay for the entire fight. Do we want to pause this here, or you guys can continue without me since I'm just going to be attacking after I this turn?
I could probably just end it here too.
Yeah, we can take a knee on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I had said earlier that I'm just so
Yeah,
dog tired, and
yeah.
I don't think I can
Whatever
go.
you need. I wouldn't want to continue the fight with you because I've got some dialogue stuff and stuff on
Yeah.
mind. So
Yeah.
you probably want to be here for that.
Yeah, I mean, I could have watched it like when Kenneth uploads it. And
Yeah,
stuff
but
before
you
we play
kind of
it.
want to interact with it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying if I had to, but
Mhm.
I didn't want to just
No,
poo-poo the fun.
I think this is a good
Yeah.
time to call it.
But I am sleepy as fuck, and I am going to enjoy it.
I'm gonna step away for a bit, guys. I'll join back in the call here in a little bit.
All right.
And I'm going to bed, guys. It was great playing with you, and I'll be here, same bat channel, same bat
Yep.
time next week.